From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
It's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Eric, hello. It's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, buddy.
Great, man.
Welcome to Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
Thank you. I'm excited to be on.
All right, Eric, where and when does your hell of a story take place?
My story is in Mayaca City, Florida.
Okay, and when did this all go down?
July 17th, 2022.
Oh, so just recently.
Okay.
Okay,
this year.
so take us through this now. What's your story?
I had found a little dirt road that I've never seen before. I was out working and had some extra time on the Sunday. Drove down the road, started cleaning my van out because there happened to be a dumpster there. Took a little walk through the woods. Got a little wild because that's what I do. Had a little extra freedom. It was more swamp than woods.
Okay, so you're in this like remote area somewhere there in Florida, right? You said you stopped off because of work. What do you do for a living?
I'm a sprinkler guy.
Oh, okay.
At this point, you're sort of out in the middle of nowhere, which is more swamp than forest, and you're wandering around, and you said you got a little bit lost, right?
Yeah, I got more than a little bit lost. I was lost for about 3 hours out in the woods and found an orange grove. Pretty much cut up from head to toe from just pushing my way through. Just at that point, it was still kind of fun.
Okay.
So what happened?
Well, when I couldn't find my way through, I just started pushing my way through some very large grasses looking for a body of water that I knew where my van was. I didn't want to go back through the woods, so I took a shortcut across the lake, started swimming. You know, I had to drop all of my clothes off because I started to drown, actually, from the weight of the clothes. After being stuck in the forest for 3 hours, now I'm stuck in the water for 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I look over, and there was a gator right there. I went to go and tried to swim off. The alligator grabbed a hold of my arm, snapped it backwards.
Oh, my God.
Drugged me underwater 3 times. As I pushed it up, the alligator rolled and took off with my arm.
Hold on a second. What? So you're naked in the water swimming, and a gator comes up, grabs your arm, and rips it right off?
Essentially, it was a little more than that. We fought first.
Okay, fine. You lost a fight with an alligator, and he took your arm.
Yes, sir.
Gators, they do that death roll thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it does the death roll. That's probably what saved my life. Because, I mean, you can see the tissues of my arm, bones sticking out. If I tried to move my fingers, you could just see it twitching.
What?
Okay. Do you manage to swim to the side?
I swam to the side, and I was actually stuck out in that swamp for an additional 3 days with no arm.
What?
Hold on a second
here.
You're in the water after just getting into a fight with an alligator. Sorry, losing a fight with an alligator. The alligator takes your arm. You get to the side.
I correct you on that.
Yeah.
I didn't lose. I got away.
I would say,
that alligator wanted my life.
So you're on the side there with no arm, no clothes, and you're stuck there for how many days?
3 days. 3 days I pushed my way through until I found my way back to the fence that I had jumped to get there.
How did you not bleed out?
The doctor said either some soft tissue really got packed in there good, or when she did her death roll, which is what I thought had originally happened, it twisted the right stuff up like a tourniquet did it.
Wow. Okay, so you're wandering around. Are you naked at this point, still wandering around?
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to that water after my clothes.
So you're now naked and armless. wandering around a Florida swamp trying to find your way back to the van. This took 3 days?
Yes, 3 days. In a lot of pain. I did do quite a bit of sleeping out there, believe it or not.
Did you at any point in your time out there in the swamp, were you like yelling like at the top of your lungs to see if you can get anyone's attention?
Pretty much the whole time. After the 3 days, I found the fence, and there was a guy on the other side of it because they call it a fish camp. It's a little boat ramp out there.
Yeah.
I had to actually get back in the water at one point to get back towards my van with the alligator like following me.
Oh my goodness.
So that is, first of all, that is a hell of a story, Eric. This might be my favorite hell of a story.
Your favorite?
Yeah. Is there a lesson in all of this, Eric? Like, I don't know. Like, did you come out of this, with some new insights just into life or gators, or like, what's the lesson in all of this? Is there one?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, as far as me, I'm completely changed. I used to dig holes for a living. Now I want to be a motivational speaker. Shoot, as far as the lesson goes, don't get lost in the woods. You can't see the forest through the trees. I mean, it was a long few days.
Eric, thank you very much for joining us today. That is definitely one hell of a story.
All right. I'm so glad to hear it.
One final question, Eric. Are you still armless or do you have like a prosthetic now?
Actually, I was supposed to go get fitted for one this week. I missed the appointment. It's one of the things I've got to do.
Damn, man.
Oh, my God.
That's
dude.
crazy.
Eric,
Yo, Eric, thank you so much for sharing with us, man.
No, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
My mom and my brother read my book this weekend.
Ooh, and?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Because
Yeah.
I saw you post on IG.
Yeah.
Like you had like there was a bottle of vodka.
Yep.
And then there was a box of tissues.
Yeah. 2 notepads.
2 notepads, and then I think snacks.
All
maybe
snacks.
Chips and
Chips
candy
and
stuff?
Twizzlers and
Yeah.
and everything. And they came over. I brought them out to the cottage. And they came over and they listened to and followed along the audiobook in one sitting.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
But we discovered that the audiobook is
Yeah.
almost 9 hours.
It's 8 hours and 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they did it in one sitting.
So where were they sitting? Like were
On the
they
couch.
On the couch the
Yeah,
entire day.
The entire day.
And then what were you doing during
I
this
had
time?
stuff to do. I went out. I mowed the lawn. I went to the store, bought some groceries. When I would come back, and I had headphones set up for myself too, so I could come back, just sit in a chair with them and just put headphones on and sort of listen along for a little while. And I would sort of do that all day, but I just kept coming in at like all the super sad parts, and then I would get like all busted up, and then I would leave. But we would they would pause it. They would we would sort of discuss things as we were going through it.
Oh, did they wrote notes? Obviously,
they started to, and then after that they didn't. They just sort of consumed it all. Right?
Were there notes on the book, or were there questions that they wanted to ask?
Yeah,
you
like
after?
at the beginning. I think at the beginning, my mom had some questions, and then after a while, that seemed less and less and less important. And I think that they just both of them kind of got really into the story once they knew where it was going, and it was like a real emotional day. Like it was. Really? Yeah. It was a crazy day. It was a
and
wild.
Did you guys have to stop down? Like you make them lunch?
Yeah, I did. I mean, we had
everything?
ham sandwiches, and then
during lunch,
yeah,
was that their break from it, or you made them sandwiches, handed it to them,
No,
and then they ate while they listened?
They took a break. They took a break. So realistically, they started at 10 a.m. and they finished at 11:30 p.m.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
And
yeah. It was good. It was beautiful. It was a real sort of beautiful day. I was very much looking forward to having my mom and especially my brother read the book.
What was the conversation after? Or were they just so tired they just wanted to go to bed?
No. It was emotional, right?
Yeah.
Like it's because when you go through life, like if you sat down and you wrote out your life, right? Like you would write things, of course, from your perspective, but you're also going to write things from your own memory. And when something happens to a family, you all go through it together, but you also go through it as individuals, and you have your own memories and your own perspective on how things went down. And it was interesting to see my mom and my brother's take on a few things that went down, how they were feeling in those particular moments.
Wow.
And so I learned a lot. just talking to them afterwards. Like it was.
Oh no! Do you have to go in and do re-edits?
No, because nothing's wrong, right? It's
just
just I didn't know how they felt during those moments, right? So I'll write something like very specific, about like something that was going on in my life when I was a teenager, and my mom had no idea, and then so I had to reassure her that she was, she's a great mom and all this stuff because she sort of there was a couple moments I think where she was a little bit hard on herself, because there was just stuff that she didn't notice.
That's real nice that you did that, though.
Or didn't pick up on, and so we talked through that, but it was really beautiful.
Now, do you think after
it was really beautiful,
they now know what's in the book, and they went through that experience, that you, your mom, and your brother are now like a little bit like, did it bring you together a little bit more, like a little bit closer?
I'll tell you, we hadn't hung out the three of us like that in years.
Yeah,
we hadn't had a day where it was really just the three of us like that in years, and so it was wonderful to do it where one, we all had something to do, and two, it was sort of like looking at everybody's life together. It was like a, because we don't really talk about my dad dying and all that stuff.
Sure.
And we did so much of that over the weekend because it's just something that I don't really, we just don't, it never comes up,
you're making the
right?
hair on my arm stand up right now.
And
Come on now.
so we all got to sort of like relive all of those moments.
Yeah.
And I got to find out like what was going on in their heads and heart at times that I wrote about what was going on in mine.
And then
so
you asked them to fill out a Google review?
And then, and then I was like,
if you guys don't mind.
And then I took their books back and I was like, you have to buy yours, okay?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Creeping up, September 27th is the release of Roz's memoir, A Little Bit Broken.
When is that, next week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. The audiobook is available, too, if you want to get that. And I've been releasing clips on social of just like little snippets taken from the audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
One,
great, by the way.
I think that they're interesting, and two, I don't think it spoils anything. But it was difficult to go through and find sort of sections.
Ones?
Yeah, without giving too much away, but also enough where the little bits make sense. And I know that Maury at the beginning of all this was pissed that he didn't get to read my book, which I'm like,
I called my agent. I'm like, where was the audition?
Shut up. Do you think anybody auditioned to read my book, Maury, aside from me?
I think that there should have been an
How
open
could you
call.
take it so personal?
Like
it's his book.
It's my book.
They're
but
his words.
Keep in mind, though, it is actually a thing. Like they're like authors have to oftentimes have to audition to read their own books.
I didn't know that.
Yes, they do, and sometimes they don't get the job.
But isn't it better to have the author tell the story?
Not if you're a crap reader,
I guess.
Right?
It's your words, it's your story, it's your inflection.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
but they
got to
sell that, though, right?
To emphasize how to tell the story.
But so do pros, right? So do pros. Like some people who, like some great writers just aren't great at like narrating or like reading. Like it's a sort of skill in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew right out of the gate that I was going to be reading mine, that I didn't have to luckily audition to read my own book, that they would have killed me. I would have blown the audition. Like for sure I would have blown the audition.
I love these teasers that you're putting up on social. At Roz Weston, by the way, if you haven't seen it, it's just a white table.
Yeah.
Your book is there. There's a tape recorder that's above the book. You put in a tape, hit play.
Yeah.
And for example, this happens.
One thing you should know about me: I'm not a very good friend, but I am a great friend. There's a difference. I'm never going to be the guy who organizes wing night. I'll always have to be reminded it's your birthday. I'll forget to RSVP to your wedding, and if I do show up, I'll probably leave early. I'm rarely there for the little things, but I am the friend you call when everything goes to hell. I'm the in case of emergency, break glass kind of friend. When your marriage is ending, or someone you love is dying, or you just got fired or cheated on, or feel like your world is being pulled apart, I'm that friend. I'm the
Right.
Man, that is so true of you.
Right?
Knowing you for 13 years, every single word of that is 100% true.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the read.
Okay. So, okay. Maury, so you have critiques, Maury? Because Maury,
I would have said.
So here's my thing, is that we're going to allow Maury to critique my read, and then we're going to have Maury do what he would have done had he been hired to read my book. Okay, so what's your critique now, Maury?
My critique is it was a little throaty.
Okay.
and more announcery than personality.
Okay. I was just getting over COVID when I read this.
I'm not looking for excuses.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
I'm not, you're right. I don't want to come with excuses.
Hey,
I don't want to come with excuses.
Yeah, I mean, you could have waited a week and did the voice work then.
That's not true at all.
Okay.
There's a schedule.
And deadlines.
And deadlines. There's a lot of people involved in this.
So much
I didn't do this at home. Like, I actually had to go to a place and there was like 5 people on the, listening.
Leisurely on
Okay,
your notes.
so you didn't like my voice.
No, I love your voice. I just thought that there could have been a little bit more personality.
Oh, interesting.
And hey, I could do something and people would hate it. I'm just saying that this is what I would be told if I did what you did.
Interesting. Okay, so you have the script there, Moore.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you give this a go,
Sure.
and then we'll see what it would have sounded like if my book, A Little Bit Broken, was narrated by, damn it, Maury Sherman.
Just real quick, just to remind everyone what the original sounds like. I'll just play a couple of seconds at the beginning.
One thing you should know about me. I'm not a very good friend, but I am a great friend. There's a difference. I'm never going to be the guy who organizes wing night.
That's unfortunate.
Okay. So,
Which is weird because you love wings.
So, Maury, go ahead.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend. There's a difference. Why are you laughing?
You think people want to hear that?
It's better than one thing you should know about me. I'm not a good friend, but I'm a really great friend.
Okay, go ahead. Go. I shouldn't have jumped in. I shouldn't have jumped in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Maury. I'm sorry.
Start from the beginning.
Start from the top, Maury.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend. There's a difference. I'm never going to be the guy who organizes wing night. I'll always have to be reminded of that it's your birthday. Okay, Roz did a few takes too, I'm sure.
No, I didn't. Go ahead.
Okay, but
Keep
you
going.
wrote it.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
I'll always have to be reminded it's your birthday. I'll forget to RSVP to your wedding, and if I do show up, I'll probably leave early. I'm rarely here for the little things, but I am the friend you call when everything goes to hell. I'm the in case of emergency break glass kind of friend.
I mean,
that's really what you want to hear when you're voicing something is someone laughing in your ear.
It's different.
It's different. Yeah, I think that it's just it's weird to hear my words read like that. I think that that's what it is. It's just a bit shocking.
I just think that the tone is not where
So
it should be.
Let's switch it up. What other reads do you have, more? Like if I'm directing you in this, and I'm
okay,
like,
so I have one called Parking Lot.
No. I mean, what other reads can you do?
Like style.
If I say to you, that was just like I just wasn't feeling that. It was a little too.
Okay, how about this one?
It was a little too sort of cavalier,
too light.
It was too light. Yeah,
let me pull this one out of my back pocket.
Okay, go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend.
That sounds the exact same as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
No, completely different.
Do the first one again.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend.
Now do the second one.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend.
It sounds like that guy on a Monday. Like the first read was you on like a Thursday night, right? Getting ready for the weekend. This sounds like that same guy, but only on
Saturday
a Monday.
Night guy?
No, yeah, let's try Saturday night. Okay. Yeah, give me Saturday night, Maury.
One thing you should know about me.
Whoa.
I'm not a very good friend, but I'm a great friend. There's a difference.
Hold on here.
I'm also a psycho friend.
This is Maury in the closet, waiting for you to come home. Okay.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
In that voice.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend. There's a difference.
Okay, I love this one. Okay, give me more of this. Hold on, one more time. Give me more of this guy. Basement Maury. Okay.
One thing you should know about me, I'm not really a good friend, but I'm a great friend. There's a difference. I'm never going to be the guy who organizes wing night. I'll always have to be reminded that it's your birthday. I'll forget to RSVP to your wedding. And if I do show up, I'll probably leave early.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
rarely here for the little things.
Oh, my God.
But I'm the friend you call when everything goes to hell.
No, look at Sean. Look at Sean.
I'm the in case of emergency break glass kind of friend. When your marriage is ending.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Stop,
Or
please.
someone you love is dying.
You don't get the job. A little bit broken. Memoir from
Or
Roz.
you were just
Out on
fired
September
or
27th.
cheated on. Or feel like the world is being pulled apart.
Oh, my God.
I'm that friend.
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So we are 1 week away from the release of my book.
Hey! A little bit
Tuesday,
broken.
The 27th. You can still order that now.
Okay, my mom's is not showing, like my real mom's is not showing up till mid-October.
Really, huh? Because
Yeah.
I've been getting a lot of people sending me DMs saying that that places like Amazon, they've updated their delivery date to the 27th. Like a lot of people are getting it delivered on the day of release, which is
Now,
great.
those people, I don't know if they're in town. Maybe the rest of Canada, like Wendy,
Yeah,
are
don't
getting
know.
it later.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me see, 'cause I ordered it as well.
I really have like
Bro,
no.
can you just bring me a copy, man? Like, don't you have them in your garage?
Yeah. I will. I'll get you.
When?
I'll get you.
Don't say the 27th.
No.
We should have had it by now.
No. What about?
What about just bring it tomorrow?
No, I can't
You
bring
don't
it
have-
tomorrow.
Why?
Because I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. No, I cannot.
Physically,
'Cause you don't have them.
I can't. No, I
Don't want to?
No, it's not that I don't want. It's not that I don't want to. Should I say something right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Girl, yes.
Spill the tea.
Let me just wait here. Should I say something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I should say something.
Mocha, don't push another button till he does.
Okay, so I'm going to start doing press for the book this week.
Okay.
Right? And because I'm going to start doing press for the book this week, I have to reveal something that is in the book before it gets out of the book. And I'm going to do that on Thursday. So I'm not saying I'm spoiling my own book, but I'm not saying that I'm spoiling my own book. It doesn't ruin anything. It changes nothing, but I don't like loose ends and I don't like things that are not complete. And there's things in the book that couldn't be completed by the time the book was done. So they were completed after the fact. And I will reveal what that is on Thursday. And when
Here?
I do reveal, no, not here.
Why not here?
Why not?
Your
Can't.
name's on the show.
I can't.
How are you going to go do press for the book?
I can't.
And reveal secrets elsewhere and not here on our show?
Because it's a short film that I'm going to reveal.
Girl, what?
Yeah. So on Thursday evening,
Is that red carpet?
I will be releasing a short film
Yeah.
that I guarantee you will be, nobody has ever done anything like this when releasing a book before. Nobody has ever, trust me on this, nobody has ever done what I'm going to do on Thursday. And it's going to be Thursday evening. Let's say 6. Want to say 6? Let's say 6. So on Thursday, I'm going to be releasing a short film. And if you don't want to know anything about the book, if you want to go in blind, don't watch it. But it has to be released on Thursday. Just so you know.
I have a question.
Yes.
That was just a bomb of an information.
Like, I told the publisher that I wanted to do this, and nobody has ever done. When I say nobody's ever done anything like this before, nobody has ever done anything like this before.
Mind blown.
And the reason I have to do it on Thursday is because it will be impossible to contain after that. So if you want to know what it is,
Yeah.
Thursday at 6. If you want to avoid anything that has to do with the book, I will clearly label spoilers all over this thing so I don't ruin it for anybody. But that said, once I do release this, and again, it's a short film, once I do release this, it will be unavoidable.
This is Eastern Standard Time, right?
Eastern Standard Time, Sean.
Girl.
Yeah,
Okay,
6
hold on a
p.m.
second.
East.
Okay, wait.
On
wait,
Thursday.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
6 p.m. East on Thursday.
Let me sit for this.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yep.
can we change the time?
No.
Oh. Can't be like in the morning?
Nope.
Okay. Can
No.
we get
It's a film. Like I can't debut it here.
Can we watch it before?
You know what? Maybe I'll let you watch it before.
Okay.
Maybe I'll let you watch it before.
Okay.
Maybe I'll let you watch it Thursday morning.
Girl, are my emotions going to be on like high alert? Like, will it affect? Will people know that I've watched it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, yes. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
Ooh, people want to know where you were releasing this.
Okay, so I'll release a version of it on my socials.
At Roz Weston,
At
by the
Roz
way.
Weston. The main release is going to be on my website, rosweston.com. That's where the main release is going to be. So I don't know. Like, you can tag 925-555. I'm curious as to whether people are okay if it gets spoiled or if it doesn't get spoiled. And
Somebody
again,
says,
let me just
Roz,
tell
why
you
you got to do this? I need to know now.
Okay, it doesn't. I have to stress this enough, right? I'm saying that I'm spoiling my book, but when I say this to you, it does not in any way ruin the book. Will not change your way you read the book. It's just, it has to be this way. There is no way around it. And when I release the short film on Thursday, if you're just joining us, on Thursday night, 6 o'clock, I'm going to spoil my book. Not really, though, because it doesn't ruin the book for you, but it needs to happen. I would like you to know before you read the book, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I think it will be a better experience reading the book if you watch this. I think it's going to be a much better experience.
Can I ask my question?
Yes.
So you're doing press, right?
Yes.
So presumably anyone who's interviewing you has read the book. So there are more people who have read the book before us.
I'll tell you right now, people who have read the book...
Because you wouldn't be able to do an interview without people reading the book.
The people who have read the book have not read this part of the book.
Sure, but people have read the book.
Oh.
Okay.
Girl.
Again, I did something that like nobody does in publishing, which is we sent the book out to people to do press and to do interviews, and nobody got the whole book.
We didn't get the book at all.
And you didn't get the book at all.
So we get the book on Friday then?
Yeah, I may give it. No, I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you on Friday. I'll give it to you on Friday.
Can someone tell Mocha to stop saying girl?
Girl?
No, I can't. I can't help myself. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So Thursday at 6 p.m. East, I will release a short film that will it'll blow people away.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Someone goes, Roz trying to be the Beyonce of books.
Yes, I am.
Girl!
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You singing just now?
Me? I got a song in my heart.
Oh.
Don't you worry.
Sing away.
Got a lot of things to be excited about. You know.
Less than a week away from the release of your book.
Right.
A little bit broken.
And a little less than 24 hours until I spoil the whole thing tomorrow night.
Don't say it's not a spoiler though, right?
I mean, no. Okay, so if
Did you hear about this, Deepa? What Roz is doing tomorrow in anticipation?
So tomorrow I'm releasing a short film at 6 p.m. that explains a lot of the book. And I have to release it, one, because it will get out, because I'm starting to do press for the book tomorrow. And so it will get out. I would rather I'm the one that gets it out rather than have somebody else get it out. And shut up. And it will blow people away.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't change the book reading experience at all.
Mm-hmm.
You will still love it. You will still enjoy it. But there were sort of loose ends that I was unable to tie up before I finished the book, and I was able to tie up all those loose ends. And so this video, the short film that I'm going to release tomorrow night, makes it a complete experience.
Will people
as opposed to you feeling unsatisfied.
Will people have more questions after seeing this?
No.
Or no?
No. All questions will be answered.
Okay.
Yes.
Any of the questions that you've seen so far, or people have DM'd to you, right?
Yes.
Will those be answered with what you're releasing tomorrow?
Like,
has anyone got close or asked specifically?
God, no. No, not even. No.
Is it admittance of something like surveillance footage?
Surveillance footage. I'm releasing nanny cam stuff that somebody else is about to release. Like on my about me. Like no, it's not. No,
it's not like incriminating.
No. It's not. No. It's not incriminating. It's another part of the story. It's another part of my story that, like I said, I want people to know this going into the book, right? Because it's at times a very tough read. My brother read it on the weekend, and it's at times a tough read.
I figured it out,
and I think that you need to sort of know where we're going. No guesses more. I'm not taking guesses. You can DM me like everybody else.
I thought this was when you announced that you actually were in love with me. Sorry, no guesses.
You're right.
I'll
You're
DM
right.
you.
No guesses.
You know what I mean?
Slide into the DMs.
Yes, yeah. I would rather you do that on the radio. Actually, don't DM that to me, Maury. Don't DM that to me.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's time.
It is. Kind of nervous.
Okay, so we've been talking about this all morning, and tonight at 6:00 on my website, rosweston.com.
6:00 Eastern.
6:00
by the
Eastern.
way.
Yes, thank you.
For anybody listening across the country.
I'm going to spoil my book. And when I say spoil my book, it doesn't ruin the book, okay? It's like, think of this as like an after credit scene sort of thing, okay? And like I had said, doing what really nobody else has ever done when it comes to a book. And when I sort of pitched this idea, it was like nobody had any idea even to what to do with this. So what I'm going to release tonight is a short film. And like I say in the book, is that I like telling stories from the end first, because one, the end is always the hardest part to tell, and two, I just like you to know where you're going as soon as I start telling the story.
Okay.
And so that's what this film is. And so we're just about 15 minutes away from the news. The film itself is 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh God.
Okay. And we're gonna go away. So Mocha's gonna take my computer and he's gonna hit play on it. When Mocha finishes watching the film, we will go directly into the news to get Mocha's reaction.
So hold on. So I got like no time to gather my thoughts and my
None.
emotions?
As soon as it finishes, we're going directly into the news. Now, this is going to sound ridiculous, okay? Although this is a spoiler, I'm going to ask you right now, Mocha, please don't spoil it.
Oh, God.
Okay?
This coming from the king of spoilers.
Yes. Okay. So the three things I love more in the world: chicken wings, my family, and spoilers. Right? Okay. Okay. So I want you to watch this. I'm going to bring my computer over to you because this does not exist anywhere else in the world other than my hard drive. Okay. So 6:00 tonight on my website is when everybody else will be able to see it. Mocha's going to watch it right now. So please, you can react. You can do everything. Just no spoilers. Okay. So I'm going to bring my computer over to you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got to plug your headphones into it.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah.
As soon as you're done, we'll come back. We'll be on, and then we'll go straight into the news and we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. I'm coming over. I'm coming.
I feel nervous. Yeah. Bro, why am I shaking?
Okay. So am I.
Oh, my God. Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go back over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wait. Don't open that yet.
No.
Okay.
My heart is literally pounding right now.
Okay. So Mocha has my computer in front of him. My short film is on that computer.
Yeah.
In 1 second, Mocha is going to open the computer and press play.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he does, we're going to go away because it's 14 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we're going to start the news as soon as the movie finishes. And then we will discuss. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So Mocha, anytime you're ready, open it and press play.
No! The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so if you are, first of all, welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. Mocha is watching the film that I made that I'm going to release tonight at 6 p.m. on my website. It's the spoiler to the end of my book, and I've asked Mocha to not spoil the spoiler. He started roughly 14 minutes ago. He's almost finished.
What the actual heck?
Okay, so you're done?
No, hold on.
Okay.
Yo, real one. Yo. Okay.
Okay, are you done now? Now you're done? Is it over?
Yeah.
Mocha, are you ready?
No.
Let's do the news! The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so Mocha just finished watching
God, man.
the short film. Okay, now again, no spoilers, even though that entire thing is a spoiler. Your immediate reaction, go.
My heart is still racing. I think the way I reacted at the very beginning,
Yes,
every single person that watches this tonight is
Yes.
going to react the exact same way.
I think so too. I hope so.
Especially people who know you.
Right.
And who have been listening to the show for a really long time.
Right.
And I don't know, it hits me different right now.
Yep.
Because I know you so much more than this show.
Right.
And there's so many things I want to say to you right now.
I know.
And I can't.
Yeah.
And I feel I got the feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because you got a big heart, man.
God, like, yo, Costco-sized tissue box is needed right now.
Now, Shem and Moore, you just watched Mocha's reaction, okay? Without trying to guess what the film is, what was your reaction to Mocha's reaction, Shem? Can you go first?
Man, watching Mocha cry.
I know. That's the thing, is that nobody likes to see Mocha cry. Mocha is like the best guy in the world, right? Moore, your reaction to Mocha watching it?
I mean, not knowing what it is, it's just awkward watching another man cry.
Right. Now, okay, so for everybody who missed it while we were away when Mocha was watching the film, I recorded Mocha's reaction, and I have a super cut of all of sort of Mocha's reactions throughout the video.
We don't have to do that.
We're going to do that. Well, here, let me just play it for you.
No! Are you serious? Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Dog, come on, man. Oh, you son of a Oh, man. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, of course. You idiot. It's so you. Oh, that's what she said. Oh, buddy. Oh, dude. Man, shoot. Whew. Oh my God, my heart is friggin' racing right now. Oh man, brilliant. Come on, man. Oh my God. What the actual heck?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Yo, Brooke, what's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, oh my God, hi.
How's it going, girl?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. What's going on with you? What are you reaching out to us for?
So I have been in a friends with benefits situation for 3 years.
Ooh, okay. You wrote this. Roz and Mocha fixed my life. In the beginning, with this guy, things were amazing, and he treated me like I was his girlfriend, and that he told me that he cared so much about me. And then within the last year, he's introduced me to his friends who are a couple, and we go out with them quite often, basically a double date, but he won't commit to me. He doesn't have a job, so that's why I think maybe he isn't ready to commit. Or am I a complete dumbass and this man will never be with me? when you say he won't commit to you, like how do you have that like you have conversations and he says no? Like how do you know that he's not committed to you?
So like right after we started like getting together, I kind of like admitted, look, I have feelings for you. I don't know where this is going. I don't know how you're feeling either. And this was back in like 2020. So he was just like, oh, right now, like I'm not ready for a relationship because he had just gotten out of a long-term relationship. So I guess you could call me a rebound in that sense. But he was just like, oh, I'm not there yet, like kind of thing. But like it's been going on for this long. So, we don't have this discussion anymore, though.
Okay. When's the last time you had the conversation?
That was 2020.
Oh, wow. I don't understand how, to me, you're his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
How are you still in the dark? Like, to me, if you haven't had this conversation about not committing since 2020, but yet you're doing all like the coupley stuff, like to me, you're just boyfriend, girlfriend. Like what makes it seem that he's not committed to you?
It's just the fact that we don't talk about our feelings towards one another. Like it's wishy-washy. Like one day we'll hang out and we're just bros, but then the other day we'll hang out and he's super touchy and needy and wanting my attention and stuff like that. But it's all over the place. It's never consistent.
But why have you not brought it up with him? If it's bothering you or it's of concern, why do you not talk to him about this kind of stuff?
Because I'm scared of getting my heart broken and getting rejected.
Okay, So you're in love with him, right?
Yeah.
Have you been seeing other guys other than him in the 3 years or 2 years now?
No.
Has he been seeing other girls?
No.
Is he still in love with his ex?
Definitely not anymore. In the beginning, probably, but not anymore for sure.
Okay, so have you told him you love him?
No.
Oh, why not?
If they're not going to have the conversation about what this thing is between them, which is a full-on relationship, she's not going to say,
Well,
by
I don't
the
know.
way.
No, I thought maybe she had, and then
I'm
he
in
didn't
love with
react
you.
well to it, or whatever the
I
hell.
think this is one of those situations where you need to know, right? So you can move on with your life and with your feelings. You need to sit down with him and have that convo of, hey, this has been going on for 2 years now. Everything's great. We get along. We're basically acting like boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm so into you. I get the vibe that you're into me. What's up? Are we a thing or not? Because if not, I'm going to dip.
No, but I don't know if you're willing to dip. That's the thing.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Are you willing to dip? Because here's the thing. You can have all the conversations you want, but if he still comes back to you and says, yeah, no, we're not boyfriend, girlfriend. We're exactly the way we were in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to dip?
Are you going to walk away, Brooke?
That's the thing. It's so hard for me to do that because, before all of this, we're best friends. So, I'm very close with his family. I'm part of his, entire life. His family is my family. So it's walking away from that is walking away from everything.
Yeah. So, are you going to dip?
No.
No.
Oh,
right.
So then you're in it for life.
So.
So you're his wife, basically.
Yeah. So you're either sort of slowly, low key, going to become a couple that stays together forever, or you are going to be a long-running booty call that as soon as he meets somebody and falls in love who blows him away, you're out of the picture. But I will say this, that chances are that if he does meet somebody else, she's going to do all the things that you're kicking yourself right now for not doing. She's going to be straight up with him. She's going to be honest with him. She's going to all of those things, as opposed to you being wishy-washy and every decision you make is out of fear.
Wow. That just hit me hard.
Yeah, you need to talk to this guy.
It's so hard because, in the past when I've tried to talk to him, he's just not good with confrontation and, not good with being put on the spot. So it's I feel so bad just, going up to him and being what the heck is going on? Because I feel it's just putting him on the spot and then he doesn't know what to say.
You need to work on your approach. Don't just roll up on him and say, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
You can still have a sensible conversation with emotion and feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote about this in my book, which was Catherine and I were together maybe 3 months when she told me that she loved me, right?
Aww.
And I was not in a good place, at all. And I told her, I looked at her and I said, don't. And she's like, don't what? And I was like, don't say that because I'm not going to say it back and I cannot have that conversation. And she looked at me and said, first of all, you don't have to say anything. You can feel whatever way you want to feel. But two things. One, you cannot tell me who I can and cannot love. And you can also not tell me what I can and cannot say. And I'm saying it to you because I mean it and it's the truth. And I think that matters and I think you need to hear it. And that was sort of that.
That was
right?
a straight up
Oh my
in
God.
your face, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm not the boss of this. There's other feelings aside from mine in this thing, whatever it is that we're doing.
I have a feeling after all of this, you are still not going to have the conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are going to continue
I will.
on this path, and you're going to get your heart broken. And that's what we're trying to
will.
avoid here.
I know. I will have the conversation. It's just like you said, I have to figure out my approach with it and like not be so hardcore about it and be like, what the heck is going on? But just like figure out how to ease into it and like be honest with myself. Because like even then, the last thing I want to do is be like 30 years old and dealing with this situation still. And then that's been like the last 5 years of my life.
You are going to lose him to a woman who's all the things that you already are, but are too afraid to show him.
Oh, that's so scary.
In your face, Brooke.
Honestly, you just slapped me across the face so hard.
What words, right?
Yeah.
Damn. Those are the ones that hurt the most. Go have the convo, Brooke.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
I love fall, man. Leather weather.
Yeah, fall's nice.
Temperature
getting cooler.
Yeah.
And it was like a drastic change, too. It wasn't like a gradual,
I know.
like here, there's 31 degrees one day, and then it gradually declines. It was like a hard stop where it immediately, like in an instant, felt the change.
We just got. Do you have winter sheets? Anybody in this room?
Absolutely.
You do. What are your winter sheets? What's your fabric of choice for winter? More?
Well, we have like a nice some sort of filled thing.
A duvet?
But it's more duvet, but it's the color choices we put out the fall
But
ones.
I mean sheets, not a duvet. Sheets. Do you have winter sheets?
No. We changed the duvet.
Same old, same old. Do you have winter sheets?
Not
You do
winter
not.
specific.
No, huh?
Oh, my weighted blanket. Oh, it's so nice.
Because we just got winter sheets. Because for a while in the winter, we would do like flannel sheets, right? For a couple of years, we did that. Nice. So, like the bed is just never cold when you get into it with flannel sheets.
yeah.
But it feels too much like you're sleeping on somebody else's pajamas. Right?
I can see that.
So Catherine I don't know.
What do you do in the summer? Like linen?
No, we do. No, linen. We just got linen sheets for the winter.
Oh, cotton. then,
Yes.
Summertime.
Yeah. I
we
think
have
just
cotton?
regular ones. But these sheets,
we
I don't
have,
know where
like-
Catherine found them, but I slept on them for the first time last night because she put them on. She's like first like sleep of like getting into fall. I put them on last night and it was glorious.
Even though you run hot at night?
And she goes, they say that these are like real breathable and cool like sheets so you won't sweat. I woke up the first time this morning not sweating.
Stop.
They was no joke.
Life-changing.
Life changing. I think they were a lot of money though. I don't even know. I told her to buy two, and she's like, "We can't afford two." And when Catherine, you know what I mean, right?
When Catherine says that you guys can't afford to,
Shut up now. Come on now. She's just being modest, right? No, but no. I was wondering if people have winter sheets, like because
But I don't like I like feeling cold when I get into bed and have the gradual change of heat.
yeah, these are nice and cool though. But they are cool. Like they're not super warm, but they're just they feel so good. Like I slept full nude last night, and
Pictures or it didn't happen.
that's so
Come on,
weird.
man. Okay, hold on. No, but you know what I
Turn your
did?
airdrop
Yeah,
on.
I was like full nude last night, right? And I rolled over, and then like different parts of my body hit the sheets that hadn't hit the sheets before, and I was like, okay. And I did a full roll, and then I did a full roll back just so I could feel what the sheets felt like on all my parts. Yeah, it was
But I can't imagine
glorious.
sleeping naked because I'd be worried the sheets would slide into the crack.
What are you talking about? How loose are your sheets, or how wide is your crack?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that to
the
happen.
sheets are tight on the bed, or the top sheet. That's the other thing that happens when you sleep with a woman for you get a top sheet. Never had a top sheet
Oh,
when I
have a
was
top
single.
sheet.
Really?
Yeah, no.
What'd you have? Just mattress?
No, I would put the top sheet on, right? And then, like, after one night, it would be kicked to the bottom of the bed, and then I would discover it a week later when I did laundry, and then I was like, well, that's useless. I never used the top sheet.
Who doesn't use a top sheet?
I used the top, like, when I went to hotels, I would
Caveman?
use the top sheet,
Can't- 'cause
but
you don't
not when
want
I
your
was
body to touch the
single.
duvet.
Oh, what's my
No.
duvet?
I love all the sheets. Give it like right up to the neck.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
give them all.
Shem, you're single. Do you use a top sheet?
Oh, hell yeah!
You
gotta use a
do,
top
huh?
sheet. Yeah, man. It's
Wow.
We're
nice.
not animals.
Wow.
And again, a pillow to cuddle.
A pillow, right. Now, do you make your bed in the morning, or do you make it right before you go to bed?
Psychopaths make their bed. That's weird.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on.
You and my husband a psychopath?
No, because you, Mocha, are gone before your wife wakes up. So does she make the bed when you leave?
No, she doesn't like get up. I just like toss the sheet while she's still sleeping.
No. But when she gets up, like when you go to bed, is the bed made?
Oh, yeah.
It is. Maury, when you go to bed, is the bed made?
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, same with us. Catherine makes the bed, but even if she like is busy and doesn't make the bed,
Yeah.
she will we'll make the bed right before we go to bed.
Oh, really?
And then we'll get in it.
I guess because it feels nice?
Yeah.
Matthew also makes the bed when I'm done napping. He'll come in and make the bed.
Really? You have a butler, man. That's like the life.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What's this from? Oh,
come on, man. What do you mean?
Squid
It's like
Game.
ingrained in our brains, man. What a show, huh? Man, when Squid Game took off and like everyone started watching it.
Yeah. I still think Squid Game was only okay.
Oh wow, I liked it. Jung-Jae, the star of Squid Game, was at.
He was great.
TIFF. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Number 456.
He he's got a new movie that is showing at TIFF. It's coming out in December. It's called Hunt. So not only is he starring in the movie, but he directed the movie as well. He plays an intelligence chief who uncovers a plot to assassinate the president of South Korea while hunting for a mole within his own agency.
Classic story.
Yeah. So a lot of action. David Morey on the red carpet for the movie Hunt at TIFF and preparing to speak with Jung-Jae. Because he doesn't speak English very well and travels with a translator. So Dammit Morey trying to be hospitable and learn how to say hello in Korean.
Can you help? Excuse me. Hi.
Oh, by the way,
can you
who
help
is
me?
this that you're standing beside that you're asking for help? with
Another reporter. I actually didn't get her name.
Oh, super rude.
Can you help? Excuse me. Hi. Can you help me practice on how to say hello?
Sure.
Okay. Let me try it first.
Okay.
안녕하세요.
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 Well, am I doing it right or wrong?
You're doing it right,
Oh.
but just like try to slow down.
안녕하세요.
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 Yeah, you're getting it. You're getting it.
Okay, check. Okay, he's getting closer. Okay, I'm still learning how to do this. 안녕하세요.
So you felt pretty good at that point, right?
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Jung-Jae, how are you? Red light. You moved. Pew pew. Okay, red light.
Green light.
All right, let me try this out. Here we go. 안녕하세요.
Oh, wow. So good.
Did I do it? I've been practicing all day.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so good pronunciation.
Thank you very much. Okay, and that's all I know. Okay, let's talk about the Emmys, all right? The Emmys, you made history. How did that feel? Has it hit you yet? Like, was that emotional for you? How did it feel to make Emmys history?
일단은 뭐 오징어 게임 팀과 함께 에미 어워즈에 간 것만으로도 너무 기뻤고 또 14개라는 카테고리에 후보가 됐기 때문에 이번 어워즈 때는 더 많은 오징어 게임 팀들이 함께 가서 더 즐거운 시간을 보내다 왔는데 감독님과 제가 또 다른 또 스텝과 배우분이 이제 상을 받아서 너무 더 기뻤고 뭐 아직도 꿈인가 싶죠. 예. 굉장히 큰 상이기 때문에.
Well, it was such a big award, and I was so happy to go to the Emmy with the Squid Game team, and we were nominated for 14 different categories. So we had such a great time with everybody who was there, the director and the staff, and including me, who won the award. That we were very grateful, and we were very excited to be there all together.
Yeah, that had to be exciting, right, for him? Because as Dan Morey said, he made history at the Emmys, first Asian to win an Emmy for Best Actor because of Squid Game. And of course, anytime anyone talks to anyone from Squid Game, especially when you're the star, Jung-Jae, you got to find out about, or try your best at least to find out about season 2 because it's been hyped up so much.
Squid Game, it's still in everybody's mind. Look what I'm wearing. Your number.
456.
Yes, that's you. All right, what can you tell us about season 2? Have you seen a script yet? Have you started filming yet? What do you know? You got to tell us something.
저도 사실 감독님한테 조금씩밖에는 뭐 듣고 있지 못하는데 제일 첫 번째로 많이 바뀌는 것은 성기훈의 캐릭터가 굉장히 많이 바뀐다라는 것과 그다음에 시즌 1에 나오지 않았었던 또 다른 많은 게임들이 또 새롭게 나온다라는 이야기까지 들었습니다.
You will be wearing 456 again in season 2.
글쎄요, 그 얘기는
Good question. Good question.
잘 모르겠는데요. 그 감독님한테 다시 물어봐야 될 것 같은데.
I need to clarify that with the director. So I'm just hearing like a little by little from the director. The biggest change will be my character Sung Gi-won will be very different, and the second of all there will be new games that will be introduced.
Give us nothing with that answer.
No, he doesn't have to.
I know, but still,
He's not
it's like
the-
the most generic answer.
It sounded like he said a lot more intense stuff than the
Thank
translator
you.
gave me.
I fully agree. I think the translator's seen his contract and realizes that he's been walking up and down this carpet saying stuff in Korean
spilling
too much,
secrets.
and her job is to clean up all his secrets.
Yeah. That is Jung-Jae, the star of Squid Game. He was at TIFF this week. His new movie
So
is
cool
called
meeting him.
Hunt, and it's out in December.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Yo, Krista, happy birthday. It's your boyfriend's Roz and Mocha.
Oh, thank you.
How are you, love?
I'm good. How are you?
Really great.
Krista DM'd us and said, like, she's such a big fan of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I know for damn sure my husband won't message you to ask, even though he knows I love you guys so much. So I'll do it myself.
Wow.
Asking for us to call her on her birthday.
Great guy.
Has your lousy husband said happy birthday to you at least this morning yet?
Yeah, I know he has.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I've just been listening for so long, and I love you guys like so much that.
Oh, we love you right back. What do you got planned for the big day?
Some dinner tonight with the family, and probably another bottle of wine, and that's it.
And then
so far.
more bottles on the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Don't worry about it. Whenever it's Catherine's birthday, it's always a fight in the morning for me to, when I remember to to text Catherine, happy birthday, to text Catherine, happy birthday before Mocha does. Because there have been, in the 13 years we've been doing the show, there have been many years where the first person that says happy birthday to Catherine is actually Mocha and not me. Many times over the years.
Whatever you do next year, do not send her an email. Happy birthday.
One time, right? One time, it was years ago, where the first message I got from Catherine one morning was, "Oh my God, Mocha's so nice." And then, right? And then I wrote back and I'm like, I know. Right? And then I realized afterwards.
You need to use a calendar on your phone more often, bro.
I know. Catherine does say that. She's like, why don't you ever accept my invites for things? And I'm like, because I'm not going to that. And she's like, yeah, but I want you to know where we are. I'm like, well, then that's why it's in your phone. You need to know where you are. I don't need to know where you are. You just tell me when you're going to be home.
Krista, happy birthday. We love you, and thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Oh, can you guys sing happy birthday?
No.
Girl, you asking for too much.
Come on now. We can't sing. I can't sing. I just
COVID.
COVID. We're not allowed to sing.
Oh,
No
you're
singing.
not allowed to sing.
We actually, truthfully, we
Yeah.
stopped singing happy birthday since COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember when you weren't allowed to sing and dance and the world was like footloose?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We stopped singing then, and we haven't started up again, and we're not going to do it today.
When COVID's over, then the singing returns.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Krista, happy birthday.
Well, thanks for calling. Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my goodness.
It's become weekly tradition on the Roz and Mocha Show to discuss and recap latest episode, The House of the Dragon. So, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, if you have not yet watched last night's episode. I don't know if it really is much of a spoiler because the reviews, the recaps are coming from the Dammits, Dammit Maury and his husband, Dammit Matthew, who have never watched Game of Thrones. Like, this is not their world. This is not their appointment tuning. But it is now because everyone loves House of the Dragon. And I guess in a way to explain to those who may still not understand, even after watching seasons upon seasons and trying to follow along with this.
I heard from somebody else this weekend. I got a message from someone because I had said, I've decided that I'm not going to watch House of the Dragon. I'm only going to watch it through the eyes of the Dammits, Dammit Maury and his husband, Dammit Matthew, with their recaps. And somebody else wrote me to say that they're doing the exact same thing and they're actually really enjoying the season.
Oh, there you go. Success. So here we go. House of the Dragon, episode 5 recap courtesy of the Dammits.
Go. Love And the House of the Damned presents Gay of Thrones. All right, and it starts with Damon kills his own wife because she was
I didn't
like...
even know he had a wife.
No one did. He was after his own cousin, and then so he causes her own horse to trample her, and then make it look like it was an accident.
Broke her arm. I think she dislocated her arm.
I know, but then he walked away, like, so that it looks like an accident.
No, and then he picked up a rock.
But then it seems as though the king really didn't care that his brother's wife died. He'd much rather talk about proposing marriage to the king of Valaria. So the Calgarians will marry the Valarians. That's all that he cares about. But
Well, they all think it's a hunting accident, but we know it wasn't.
does his daughter and the Valarians king, do they even know each other and want to get married?
I don't know. I don't think there's much of a pool to choose from.
Oh my god. Gay.
He's a gay. Oh my
There's
God.
gayness.
Of course there is. There's been gayness since, like, the dawn of time.
How can you set up your daughter with a guy?
They don't know. Nobody knows. That's a secret.
That's why he wanted his
dramaticking.
I love that line.
Oh my goodness. Did you just make up a word?
Mariah made that one up.
I don't know if the king's going to make it through this episode.
Not with an arm like that.
We finally see his arm. It's like decaying. It's like scarring.
Oh, that
and
man is
deteriorating.
rotting. I can't. Oh my God, no, I can't.
What do you think he's dying of? What is that?
I don't know, the plague.
Then there's the big wedding dinner. Where
I don't know if that's a wedding, isn't it?
It's the announcement dinner where Princess Diana is marrying her soon-to-be gay husband. And I get it now. The queen did not kill that knight because I think they're going to allow the knight to stick around so that she can have sex with the knight but marry the gay prince.
Okay, I think nobody knows that he's gay. I think she didn't kill that knight because, I mean, look at him. Would you kill that beauty?
Okay, so what was a nice dinner ended up being incredibly tragic. The lover of the Prince of Valaria went to the Sir Kristen the Knight and said, "You know our secret, we know your secret," which caused, I guess, a huge fight.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Sir Kristen anymore. Like, what happened? What was that?
Homophobicness.
I don't know.
Because then he beat up the prince's lover and like to a pulp, and then such an ending with the king.
It's so dramatic.
What happened?
They had to get married, and he had to drop dead right at her wedding.
Well, we don't know if he's dead yet.
I mean, he's definitely not doing well.
And with that,
Okay. So, like, I don't know.
Did you say homophobicness?
Yeah.
So, like, are you guys, as you're watching, now that we've completed week 5 of House of the Dragon, are you guys like liking it?
Like a little bit? Like, is there a part of you and Matthew?
Well,
do you think like you're invested in it now? Do you think?
We've gone this far.
Yeah.
But then they give you little things like a gay kiss that keep you hooked.
That's all it takes.
There you go. House of the
That's all it
Dragon,
takes.
episode 5.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Just watching the Queen's funeral.
Mm.
The sounds are incredible. Maury just put some stuff in. I got goosebumps like within the first 2 seconds.
Let's see here.
Go to the newest one. What'd you call it? It's called
Queen Arrives at Westminster.
Yeah, Queen Arrives at Westminster. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
The amount of planning and people, it's incredible. So there's a total of like 6,000 armed forces representatives there, 2,000 guests at the funeral. You know what gets me all the time is the bagpipes,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
You
crazy.
and my wife Jenna are the
Yeah,
exact
isn't
same
it
way.
crazy? Like
Can't
I
hear
have
bagpipes.
no relation to bagpipes at all. But I'm like, man, if I die, I sort of want bagpipes at my funeral.
Yeah.
The other clip, where's the what's the other one that you called?
Queen's
Maureen?
coffin placed on carriage walk to Westminster.
Thank you. Play that one because they got bagpipes in this one. It's just awesome. Everything is just so formal. It's so incredible that like it's still a thing. Even like it's wild to me.
Well,
It's really really like
oh, here we go.
yeah. And like I'm not generally like a huge fan of sort of tradition and this kind of stuff, but watching this, it's just so like I'm blown away by it.
They've had, we've said this even like since last week. They've had like decades.
Well, they've been planning this for 60 years, right? Yeah.
To plan something like this. So they knew exactly when, where,
Yeah.
how everything was going to play out. Let me just see what's going on here. This is happening live right now on City TV. Lisa LaFlemme is out covering for City right now, so you may hear her voice on this. But they're just walking into the church right now.
Calling this the procession.
Yeah. It's almost medieval, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So Harry's not wearing his military uniform.
Just straight up suit, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, because there's a whole bunch of stuff where I guess, which is funny because I think that he's like the only one that actually served, but he's not allowed to wear the military
Because he's
uniform.
not- he
gotta
doesn't-
wear
I thought
a
he got
suit.
permission to do so.
No, the other day he did. He wore it the other day, but not to the funeral. I could be wrong, but I think I saw him earlier, and he was just wearing a suit. Everybody else was in, because
Oh, no, he's got his medals, right?
Yeah, he's got his medals, but he's not wearing the uniform.
Oh, right. Just
Right,
straight
he's
up
wearing
black
yeah,
suit.
he's wearing a suit. Where everybody else is, Andrew's not wearing the uniform either. Thank God.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
Yeah,
And those carrying the coffin, that's the RCMP.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. It is. Yeah, it's wild. It's almost medieval though. Like it's so old. Like you don't see this kind of thing.
Oh, there's Meghan Markle
Yeah.
and Kate. I can't wait to find out, like tomorrow or on Wednesday, how many people around the world
Dude,
tuned in to watch
they
this.
said that it's going to be over half of the world's population.
Billions.
They had estimated 4.1 billion people, which is like quite incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Even like, so I know my mom took the day off to
Oh,
watch this,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Is she up now?
She is.
Yeah.
And I asked, I was like, are you going to use, she almost got mad, like almost insulted
Yeah.
that I would ask if she would use her Princess Di, like she has
The commemorative like plates and
She
stuff.
got plates.
Yeah.
She got like teacups and
Really?
stuff from the wedding.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
almost like, almost offended. I'm like, this would be, I've been sitting there for how many years?
If you're not using it now, right? If you're not going to use it today,
Come on, Ma.
when are you going to
Like,
use it?
today's the day.
Yeah, today. You're right. You're 100% right.
But if you're gonna tune in to watch any of the footage, you can watch.
Yeah.
They're broadcasting it live on City TV.
It's crazy, man. How long is it supposed to go on for, Mark?
From here, they do a service here, and then they go to the royal grave. So,
And that's
my
private,
understanding
right?
is, yeah, like
Yeah.
30 to 40 minutes from now.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Oof.
And Trudeau is there.
Ooh, some of those. Oh no!
I know they look like they're struggling a bit. I know.
Some of those
That's
RCMP
heavy.
officers are.
It's heavy. God, that building. Look at that building. Jesus.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it's this is going to be sort of all day today. Is the Queen's funeral, and before they went on, we were listening, and Lisa LaFlemme was interviewing somebody who was in London, and they had described it as like the Queen, like this really, I think, is going to die with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
This sort of outpouring. I don't think that anybody else, gets this kind of thing. And then the way that they described it was that, the Queen was just like, she was everybody's nan, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't nobody remembers life really when the
Without
Queen wasn't
Elizabeth?
old as hell,
Yeah.
right?
She's always been old.
She's always been like your gran, right?
Yeah.
And
I think because
and
when I
so-
was young, she was already a grand.
She was already, yeah, exactly.
Right?
And so that's sort of what this is like. It's kind of like everybody's, sort of, grandmother passed, I guess, is the way
Yeah.
that it's looked at in London and a lot of places all over the world. But I don't know if this happens ever again. I think that this is
spider on the flowers on top of the coffin. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No,
what are
where?
you gonna do?
There's a spider on the card.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It was moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, it's got webs to build.
Yeah, exactly.
What you want?
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be all day. We'll be back with more later.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You ever come up with an excuse to get out of work?
Like not that I would admit here.
Oh, so
We're
you
at
have that.
work.
But not here. Like
just
'cause
in my life.
I'm going to tell you a story about a guy,
Yeah,
like the
I have, of
extremes that
course.
somebody went through to try to get out of his job.
Like fully out of his job or just out of the job for one day?
Just for the day.
Just for the day.
Yeah, like
I don't even think employers are allowed to ask anymore. I think it's pretty easy. Like I remember back in the day, like if you called your boss to say that you were sick, like your boss would be like, "What's the matter with you?"
Oh yeah, no,
have to,
now
like,
you
provide
can't do that.
letters
You can't
from
do
the
that.
doctor?
What's that?
You had to like provide 2 letters from the doctor.
Yeah, like it was really
Now you
wild.
can't. Absolutely
You
not.
can't ask. Like you had to be real specific. Like back in the day, and I'm not saying if you were faking sick. I'm just mean if you were legitimately sick back in the day, and you called your boss, you'd be like, "Yeah, man, I'm just like really not feeling well. I don't know. My stomach is like whatever." And they'd be like, "How bad is it?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we talking like you're going to be out all day? Like, can you come in this afternoon? Can you do a half day? Right?
It's just
Like,
a major inconvenience to that person,
like
right?
you had to ask a million questions. Now, thank God, there's you just literally say subject line sick, body of email today. That's it.
I've been late for work
Yeah.
a bunch of times. The only time I had ever faked it, I guess, was when I was working at the Bay. I was like 18, and I was out drinking the night before, like super hungover.
Yeah.
And then I called and said I was sick. And then my dad came in like to wake me up to go to work, and he was like, "Don't you have to work?" And I said, "No, they called and said that they overstaffed, so they don't need me." So then my dad was like, "Okay."
So now you've lied to 2 people.
So then you know what my dad did?
What's that?
He called my work and asked for
There you
me.
go.
And then they said, "No, he's not here. He's sick today."
Yeah.
So after I woke up in the later in the afternoon, he was like busted.
Yes. And so that's how you get into the position. I always say this to Maury of stacking lies. When you tell one, then the next thing you know, you got to tell a lie for that lie and a lie for that lie, and then
So-
your old man busts
Like,
you.
I can't believe Mocha. Like I'm hearing that story. That like you got to come up with a better lie to your dad.
I know.
Yeah.
And so there I was like, so then I was hungover
Right.
and I felt terrible because I lied to my father, right?
Right, yeah, of course.
So this guy in Pennsylvania was arrested.
Excuse me.
Arrested for sabotaging railroad equipment. This guy wanted to get out of his job so bad.
Right.
He went to the tracks near where his work is, mucked around with the equipment, causing the gate to fully close, even though there were no trains going by.
Oh, wow.
And was caught on security camera and identified by his coworkers because he was wearing his work uniform at the time of doing this.
No, his dad's going to be pissed.
This guy works at Wendy's.
Excuse me.
At a Wendy's in Pennsylvania. So after
He doesn't even work for he did all that for a Wendy's job?
Yes.
Oh,
because
no.
the Wendy's was near where the train tracks
Come
are,
on
right?
now.
So they arrested him. And during the interview, this is what the cop said. During the interview, they told us that their intentions were that if the gates could malfunction and they could somehow block traffic, then that would prevent people from getting to Wendy's and they would have a slow work night.
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God. So he wasn't even trying to get himself out of where he was trying to slow down Wendy's.
Yes.
Oh, come on now.
Not thinking about all the implications, all the potentials of like accidents
And he did it in his
traffic
Wendy's
and
uniform?
And he was wearing his full Wendy's
Was he fired?
uniform. Yes,
He
of
was
course.
arrested.
The man was arrested and fired.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, did you see Post Malone fall through his own stage?
What?
See
No?
that video?
Is he okay?
Crazy.
Oh my
He's not okay.
God! No,
No?
he broke like 3 ribs.
Oh no!
So we'll play you the clip of Post Malone. What was this after the hospital, right? More?
Yeah, and I think he had a lot of medication.
Yeah, God. I mean, so he's on stage and he explains what the hole was and everything else, but he's on stage and he's like leaning over, You know how stages have like those parts that sort of jet out into the crowd, those like little podium kind of things, right?
yeah.
So it's one of those. And he's on a small part of the stage and he's bending over and during the show and just like, shaking fans' hands and stuff like this. And then he turns around and one foot just like falls through a hole in the stage. And he goes down, but only halfway. So his legs go down, but his upper body is bent over and hits the side.
Oh,
and then he climbs out, and he's just like lying there.
Knocked the wind out of himself.
Yeah, like he's lying there,
like screaming,
and then people like rush up and everything else. And I guess he like broke a bunch of ribs. But here's Post Malone after the hospital.
St. Louis. Love you guys so much. Thank you for the patience. Thank you for putting up with my dumb ass. There was a big... so whenever we do the acoustic part of the show, the guitar's on the guitar stand and it goes down. And there's this big ass hole, so I go around there and I turn the corner and bust my ass. And winded me pretty good, got me pretty good, and we just got back from the hospital, and everything's good. Everything's good. They gave me some pain meds and everything, so we can keep kicking ass on the tour. I just want to apologize to everyone in St. Louis, and I want to say thank you guys so much for coming to the show, and next time I'm around this way, we're going to do a 2-hour show for you so we can make up for the couple missed songs that we missed. And thank you guys for your support, and thank you for your love, and thanks for hanging around even though I got my ass kicked by myself. So I love you guys so much.
He's so chill,
good spirits.
Watch the video. Go find the video right now.
But so... Did he know?
Can you send the video to him more?
Was there?
No, I mean, listen.
Was it one of those trap
dark.
doors?
It's one of those things. So during the acoustic set, like a little tiny slit in the stage opens, and they bring the guitars up from there, right? So I guess it was just after or just before that part of the show, and the hole was open. And it's a tiny little slit that was open in the stage that's not normally open. Like for the rest of the show, that's closed. And I guess they had opened it or hadn't yet closed it. And he turns around and did you send it to him more?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the one that's not like with somebody talking over it.
Oh, it's fine. He's just gonna watch it. But yeah, it's this tiny little, like it's maybe only like a foot wide kind of thing, right?
No, terrible.
Like
luck.
he could have realistically, like had he just stepped in the right spot, he would have stepped right over it.
Yeah.
Right? Like he would have missed it completely. But he hits hard, like really, like
so he's out for a little bit.
No, I think that he made it sound like he made it sound like that the doctors gave him some medication and he's just going to continue doing shows. Is what he made it sound like. That's what happened at like Motley Crue just did that big summer concert, and Tommy Lee broke 3 ribs right before that tour started, and he could only play like 2 songs a night at the beginning, and then they had to bring somebody else in. Like breaking ribs is no joke. You ever broken a rib?
Never,
bro. It is no joke.
Oh,
it is no
dancing.
joke.
Oh, come on, what video is this?
Like
some girl, some TikTok video.
It's no joke. I've broken a rib, and then I've also torn the muscle in between 2 ribs, which hurts
really?
more.
Yeah.
That takes longer to heal, right? And it's the kind of thing of where you'll be sitting there living a life like just like having a great day, and then all of a sudden you'll sneeze.
Oh,
and it's just
no.
like
I can only imagine.
It's the worst, and he broke 3 ribs,
well,
right?
He's on the mend, and he'll get back to touring.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Lady Gaga sent out a tearful message to her fans. So her show in Miami, she had to cancel due to severe weather and lightning. This was the final show of the Chromatica Ball tour, and she had 6 songs left. So Gaga's final show of this big stadium tour, 6 songs. Those songs were going to be bangers, right?
Yeah, every single one was going to slap.
So here's Gaga.
We really tried to finish the show tonight in Miami, but we couldn't because there was lightning that was striking right down to the ground. I've always wanted to be like that hardcore bad bitch, but what I really want is to also be responsible and loving. I don't know what I would do if anything happened to anybody in the audience. I'm sorry that we didn't get to do the epic performance of Rain on Me in the Rain, but what's more worth it to me is life.
Can I read to you guys a text that we got?
Yeah.
On the Roz and Mocha text line, 925-555. My sister was at the Lady Gaga show in MIA. And Gaga started way late.
Oh.
So if she started on time, she would have been able to finish. Colin stings.
That stings.
Yikes.
I'm going through a set list here. I think that this is, hold on here. So, Lady Gaga set list for 2022's Chromatica Ball Tour. That's this tour, right, Maura?
That's correct.
Yeah. So do you want to see the 6 songs that you didn't get to hear?
Mm-hmm.
1,000 Doves? Meh. Fun Tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Enigma?
Meh.
Stupid Love?
Okay, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, I like that one.
Rain on Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her encore is Hold My Hand.
Nah.
Okay, sure. I
No,
guess.
I would have left early and gone to the parking
Yeah,
lot.
I was just going to say.
Rain on Me should have been the encore.
No,
like
Born
a
This Way
big
should have been the encore.
Like a big, massive, like party.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
so she...
get the crowd up on their feet.
Yeah, that's what I
Anthem.
thought, too. So she starts with Bad Romance.
Okay.
And then goes into Just Dance and then Poker Face.
Okay, sure.
And then Alice, Replay and Monster.
Yeah, okay.
911, Sour Candy Telephone Love Game.
Okay, yeah.
Now,
good.
Babylon, Free Woman, Born This Way.
Yeah.
And then after Born This Way, she does Shallow, Always Remember Us This Way, Edge of Glory, and then that's where the show ended.
Now,
Was
I've
after-
watched the
was
whole
after
thing
Edge of
on
Glory.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And there are like large chunks where I'm like, meh, and you know what I mean? Like before she does another hit.
Yeah.
Like it's not her, in my opinion, as a little monster, it's not her best set list.
No, huh? 22 songs. I think she could have trimmed that, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah. Do like a hot 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because the difference is that like, you know, the different when you go and see like Lady Gaga, it's not like going to see bands when I was younger where like, you know, you would get a hot 15 because they had to do that drum solo, right?
Of course,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And the
Like,
rest of the band gets to take a break.
Yes, right. You don't have that at a Lady Gaga show. Like it's just Lady Gaga, you know, from top to bottom.
Well, there are moments where the dancers are just dancing while she goes and changes her like, you know, bra to the one that shoots fire.
Right. God, I wish I had one of those. I'd use it all the time.
Yo, maybe we can get it for the book signing next week.
Yeah, I'd love that. I just wanted to kill the weeds on my driveway.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Sanaz. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, Mocha. How are you guys?
Good, honey. How are you?
I'm a little sleepy, but good. And
Yeah.
excited and nervous.
Oh,
Yeah.
girl, what's going on in your life?
I just learned that renting property to family is a bad idea.
Oh, you wrote it says, Razamoka fixed my life. My husband and I own a property that my in-laws have been living in since we made the purchase 5 or 6 years ago. The rent they pay barely covers the mortgage, and we have to pay the property taxes ourselves. I've never seen them reciprocate or show any appreciation or gratitude to me. It seems like they feel it's my husband's obligation, and he feels since we are doing much better that he's indebted to them. I've spoken with my husband repeatedly about selling the property or either raising the rent on them or asking them to move out so we can get the rightful amount. Each time he refuses, we end up arguing and fighting. Am I being unreasonable? Am I being the daughter-in-law from hell?
What are they paying right now?
$3,500.
And what's the total amount that is owed on the property at the end of every month?
Well, the right now it's about $600-700 less, so we're paying out of pocket.
So, okay. So you want them to, so with property taxes and everything else, they're not paying what it even barely costs to like sustain the house monthly, right?
Yeah, so we have to pay for, like, you'd think that an investment property, like everything would be covered
Right.
through the rent and everything, but it's not. And that's, to me, it's no longer an investment then. I'm not that I want to make a profit off of them, but it doesn't make sense that I'm still paying out of pocket.
Yeah, it's just a place that your in-laws are living in that you guys are paying for.
Essentially.
Okay, so and your husband is like he can't have that conversation with them because it's his parents?
It's his parent. It's his mom, 2 brothers, and a sister-in-law. Yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow.
like,
God.
Her brother's wife. Yeah.
But does anybody in that family work?
They work, but it's like, and I know I can't change the way they choose to live their life, but they essentially, when I compare how hard my husband is working and the sacrifices he's making for the family, I don't see that from them. And to me, it's like, well, I've got 2 small kids and a husband who's stressed out already. Why can't they be basically pulling their own weight? Like, I feel like my husband is looking at this as I'm doing better, so I need to support my brothers, which I understand to a reasonable amount. So, like, but to him, it's like not even up for discussion. And to be honest, last night we had another talk and it didn't go well when he found out that I'm reaching out to you guys. So,
Now, financially, are you guys in trouble if you continue down this path of
we're
your
not
in-laws?
in trouble,
Yeah.
but with everything that's happened with everyone and COVID, my husband has his own company, and it's gone through a lot of changes, and he's under stress. I physically see it in him, and so to me, it's like, well, if this can alleviate some of that stress, then why not?
The problem is that because this has been going on for so long with them living there, if you went to them now and said, hey, listen, we're going to redo this arrangement where you guys have to cover all the costs of the place. So it's the mortgage and the property taxes, because that is what anybody else in this situation would have to do. And they're going to look at it as family is upping their rent $800 a month, right? And that's the sort of the optics of it aren't good. And that, I think, is what your husband is trying to avoid doing, is that he's trying to avoid looking like somebody who's screwing his own family. Right. But reality, this is the way it should have been from the very beginning.
And unfortunately, it's you versus all of them. So you can't go into this fight alone. Like, you and your husband need to be on the same page. And it sounds like you're definitely not, right?
So I think that you need to, instead of just going at your husband, with we need to do this, I think that maybe have the conversation with him about why he's so reluctant to do this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, find out why, because it's obviously he doesn't want to have the conversation of you saying we have to do this, and then he's just going to say no. But I think that maybe frame the conversation and why are you so reluctant? Like, is it you think that they're going to be mad at you? Is it that you think that you're sort of like, you're their kind of protector and you're doing them a favor and it makes you feel good? Like, what's the motivation?
And that's the thing. I think, sorry to cut you off, but I did have this kind of similar discussion with him. And so their dad's not really much in the picture.
Yeah.
So for a long time, just been the 3 boys taking care of the mom and each other. And now, through some really horrible choices on their part, things went downhill really fast, and he's the one that picked everybody up again.
Right.
So he feels that responsibility all falls on him.
So does the mom need assistance?
No, because she's getting government support because she's got she has some health issues and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So I said we can pay for her rent.
Like, I sort of get it. Like, here's the thing, right? Is that how often is he over there? Like, how often is he seeing his mom?
Well, they're on the other side of the country, so we see them once a year.
Okay, so this is okay. If I'm in this situation, right, and I'm having this conversation with Catherine, okay, my girl.
Yeah.
If I'm in this situation, the way that I justify that to you or to her is to say, hey, listen, my brothers are out there with my mom. They're the ones that make sure if she's got a doctor's appointment that she's going to get there. They're the ones that, keep her company. They're the ones that, provide that family support. They're the ones that are doing the day-to-day work. I'm not there. So it's the least I can do to say my contribution to keeping mom happy is $800 a month.
Yeah.
Like, that's sort of the way that, I would justify it, which is because if he then starts charging them all the money, he is going to feel guilty as hell, because then what is he contributing to the family?
It's true. Yeah, I didn't look at it.
Right?
Way, yeah.
I think it's guilt.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe have a different conversation with your husband, less about money and more about the emotions behind the decisions.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
okay.
Sanaz.
Thanks so much for your help.
All
no
right,
worries.
love.
Thanks for reaching out.
No worries. Thanks. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Girl, we got to talk Adam Levine.
So Sumner Stroh is a influencer, Instagram model, and she felt that she needed to come out and sort of blow this whole thing open. Classic story. She said that it was going to get out anyway, so you'd rather hear it from her. And she's claiming that she had a year-long affair with Adam Levine while Adam Levine's wife was pregnant. Bahati Prinsloo was pregnant with their third kid. And she released, Sumner released video of, and you can see DMs directly from, I guess she claims are directly from Adam Levine anyway. And in one of them, he asks her if their baby, the baby that he's expecting with his wife, Bahati Prinsloo, he asks Sumner, he goes, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby. And if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. Basically, he wanted to name his child after his mistress. And then he says, you okay with that? Dead serious. And then he followed it up with a shrugging hands emoji. Anyway, so this is Sumner breaking down, Sumner Stroh breaking down the first video where she sort of talks about the relationship and how she got tangled up in all of this.
I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off because I've retaken this like 10 times now. Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, you know, I was young, I was naive, and I mean, quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated. Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, you know, a period of months, this is how he came back into my life. He said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious.
Damn. Bro.
I was like, I'm in hell. Like, I have to be in hell at this point. I mean, my morals were unknowingly compromised. I was completely manipulated. I wanted to handle this privately. I never wanted to come forward because obviously I know the implications that come with doing what I do, making money the way I do, and being an Instagram model. So being tied to a story like this, it's like, I know the stereotypes. I had sent some screenshots recklessly to a few friends I thought I trusted, and one of them had attempted to sell to a tabloid.
Because Adam Levine.
So here I am.
Okay.
So she gets killed. Okay? She gets killed because people are like, excuse me. One, how are you the victim in all of this?
You knew the man was married.
Well, she claims she didn't because she, quote, wasn't in the scene. But you start dating Adam Levine, and he's very Googleable, and you're telling me that, like, a verified account from somebody messaged you on Instagram and you didn't Google who he was? So everybody's going in on Sumner being like, how in all of this, in this story, are you the one who is manipulated and you're the victim? So that
also,
apparently...
I like the part where she says, I was young and naive. Meanwhile, it was like last year.
Right. But she really plays up the, I don't know where she's from, some podunk town, I imagine. She's like, you know, I was new to L.A. There is no new to L.A. You live in the world, right? You understand.
And you know who Adam Levine is.
It's not, he's not some local weather guy in Los Angeles where, you know, you move to L.A. and you're like, who's this, right? It's Adam Levine, for God's sake.
From Maroon 5, who toured the world.
Yeah. So everybody's going in on her. And then how long after that, Maury, do you know when she released the second video? It was a couple hours?
Oh, yeah.
So
because her mentions must have been just blown up.
Oh, because I think that she thought that she was going to get all the support in the world, right? And she did not.
Everyone was like, girl, you are capping hard.
Yeah.
Just for the record, cool baby name, though, right?
Sure, I guess that's why Adam wanted to use it on his own baby. So here she is in her follow-up video trying to explain her position once again in all of this.
I initially wanted to go in and talk about how remorseful I feel and how embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself, but I didn't want people to look at it and think like, oh, she's playing the victim. But in reality, it had the opposite effect. I only came forward because I wanted to kill whatever story the tabloid had. The most important part that I did definitely gloss over is the fact that I was under the impression that their marriage was over. I believe that they were keeping it quiet to avoid the negative press because, as I had said, I was new to LA. So I just assumed that with celebrities of that caliber that that's just how it was. And that's why I feel exploited, because he knew I believed everything that he said because of my vulnerable position of being new to LA. Also, he was DMing me straight from his verified Instagram account. I didn't have any reason to further question it. But I now realize that that was likely a manipulation tactic of his, just hiding in plain sight. As soon as I had realized that was not the case, I had cut things off with him. In retrospect, I wish I would have questioned things more. I wish I wasn't so naive, but, being naive is not an excuse for what I did in the role I played in this. Again, in no way was I trying to gain sympathy, and I fully realize I'm not the victim in this.
Okay.
I'm not the one who's really getting hurt here. It's Beati and her children, and for that, I'm so, so sorry.
I think she's only saying all of that because these are all the things that people
got
were saying to her.
smoked. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In response to the original video.
Yeah, she got smoked.
But also, like Adam Levine.
Oh, first of all, we don't know. I mean, this is an Instagram model that nobody's ever heard of before.
Sure.
That the whole thing could be, right? But I'm just saying that you can't deny that it's a story when somebody makes these sort of,
Girl,
allegations,
it is
especially
tea.
because they're not criminal. Like, nobody's going to go to jail over this, right? It's just dirt. That's basically it. But my thing is this, is that if you show the one message where Adam Levine says, okay, serious, listen, I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I want to name it after you, my mistress. But where's all the other messages? Where's the messages that he said, my marriage is over, we're just faking it for the press? Like, where's all that other stuff?
Or even the initial hookup, like the initial, like if he reached out to you originally,
like
right?
you go through the trouble of doing a second video and you need to clarify your position because people are going in hard on you saying that you're not the victim in all of this. So you go through the trouble of sending a second video with specifics of things that he said. At that point, I think that if you do want anyone to sort of believe you, you got to come in with more receipts, right? Isn't that the deal? Like, isn't that what you have to do?
So
I don't
Adam
know.
Levine never said anything. He never came out and said,
No, he hasn't said.
gang, like I did not cheat on my wife with this girl.
He hasn't tweeted since last year.
Yeah. What about his Instagram? Is anything on Instagram's always the place where they?
He hasn't tweeted since last year. Yo, that guy's cheating for sure.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Man, Adam Levine really stepped in it, huh? 5 women now.
Oh, it's 5 now?
5. It's 5.
Spill the tea. What'd they say?
Well, apparently...
Any more screen grabs?
Hold on here. Let me see if I can find it. My favorite thing right now is everybody... It's not even the fact that maybe Adam Levine, had an affair or how many it was. My favorite thing of all of this is the fact that everybody is just so going in on Adam Levine for his really weak text game. And just how basic. Yeah. So Adam Levine, here, let me read you this headline. Adam Levine looks downcast on family outing with pregnant supermodel wife Behati Prinsloo. After a 21-year-old Alabama college student became the 5th woman to accuse him of sending flirty messages and replying to her booty workout photos on Instagram.
Oh, Adam.
Let me see if I can see some screen grabs.
Adam.
Right. And I guess he's
Dummy.
not canceling shows and stuff like that too. But there's one message where I guess he's reacting to a picture. Here, hold on. Here's some screenshots. Give me 1 second. So he wrote, leg day, the most important and the easiest to skip. And then he wrote, you're in college, right? Oh, my God. Oh,
no,
my God.
Adam Levine,
and
you
then,
creep.
And then I guess she replied yes, and his reply was, thank the Pope, meaning thank God you're not young.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Hold on here.
That's super weird, man.
And then, and then they just like talking about like workout stuff and, oh, my God. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad.
How do you come back from this now?
It's so bad. And he wrote
And like, what are the conversations at home? Like his poor wife.
I don't know. I mean, well, they
Like,
were out together.
she's-
Like they sort of like they were seen yesterday, like with the kids and like holding hands and all this other stuff. Because what else, what else are you gonna do? I mean, she could kick his ass out. But I guess he's not like canceling stuff because Maroon 5 is still gonna do the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation annual fundraising gala event in Vegas.
Yeah.
And that goes down on October 1st. So that's coming up real soon. But no red carpet, they say.
Yeah, no, of course. Like,
but they keep taking. So there's one screen grab of Adam Levine when he was talking to that original model where he makes reference to her and like how unreal hot she is or whatever.
Yeah.
And then everybody just keeps photoshopping the screen grab to put other pictures in that Adam Levine is reacting to.
Oh,
right.
great.
Like
Genius.
like what's the guy from Harry Potter, the big tall guy with the motorcycle? Hagrid.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So like
Yeah.
him, like they're just replacing her photo with like all these other photos, and then it's just Adam Levine like reacting to that photo.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. People are going in because his game is just so like weak. Like had he written some like really incredible stuff, but they're like, this dude writes like a 14-year-old.
A horny 14-year-old.
Like a horny
Right?
14-year-old.
He just gets
yeah.
straight to the business.
Yes.
Like-
yes. Like like all the
Like,
OMGs.
OMG,
and,
you're
like,
so hot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Show me bum. You know what I mean? Like but seriously, that's his game. It's the wildest thing to see. I think I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's embarrassing about this, but I think his game is the one thing that he's probably most mortified about.
Yeah.
is
I bet his
seeing
wife
that.
looks at him now like he's pathetic.
Oh God.
Right?
Oh,
like that's
my
pretty
God.
pathetic behavior.
Like, yeah. Like it's just
Especially in the not saying that his choice of words like would fix anything.
No, but just to
his choice of
see-
words and to
oh,
see it and how he's interacting with these women,
yeah.
like it's very pathetic.
I know. Somebody else wrote, someone get this man a dictionary.
Adam Levine, what you doing?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
He's Roz. I'm Mocha. Welcome to it. How you doing?
Good. Hold on here. There's something. Oh, what's this? Hey, Maury, the Taylor Swift thing that she's releasing,
So it's
right?
like a new TikTok show, quote unquote show that she
Yeah.
started where could be every day where she rolls like a lottery wheel.
Like
and
a bingo thing,
bingo
right?
thing,
Yeah.
a number comes out, and then that's the track that she's going to announce the title of.
Gotcha. Okay. Did
creative.
you watch this, Mocha?
No.
You didn't see
Mm.
it?
I'm interested, though.
Because fans are just so down with everything that she does, and usually she's really cryptic about things, but she's a little on the nose with this one. But here's Taylor on TikTok.
It's me. Hi. I know that I have a habit of dropping cryptic clues and Easter eggs when giving you information about new music, and I am not here to deny that, but I am here to defy that. Welcome to a new series I am calling Midnight's Mayhem with Me. I am going to be using this technologically advanced device to help me allow fate to decide exactly what track titles I'm going to be announcing and in what order. In this cage are 13 ping pong balls labeled 1 through 13, each representing a track on the Midnight's album. So let's leave it up to fate. The first track I'm going to tell you about, track 13. Because of course. Track 13 is called Mastermind.
Mastermind. So that's the track. That's the track.
Now, knowing Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah.
And the Easter eggs and just she's awesome with this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
she is. She's real good.
Do you think were they what was it inside of the
little ball, white
It's
ball
like-
that'll
like-
have the number on
So
them.
do you think all of them had the answer to what she gave? Like no matter what, like she knows that the rollout is going to be specific song titles for every video. So like all of those numbered balls have
No,
the
it's
exact
really-
same answer.
No,
inside?
it's really random. Like the balls are
Okay.
just numbered, right?
She
and then
spun the wheel,
She
and
spun
then
the wheel, and then
13 fell out.
they just correlate with her actual track listing.
Okay.
Right. So when 13 came out, she was like, "What's the song called? Mastermind."
Mm-hmm.
How do you think that one goes?
So knowing Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
Mastermind would be a down tempo song.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's going to be about
a failed relationship.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, sure.
And how she was done dirty by someone who's a mastermind at doing others dirty in a relationship.
Good one.
Oh, see, I thought it was about the store named Mastermind.
No, that's not going to be that, Maury. Come on now.
I think it's going to be up-tempo and similar to that song,
Oh.
Bad Blood.
Oh, you think? So you think there's going to be up-tempo stuff on this record? I thought we all decided that it was going to be another down-tempo.
No, I still think it's going to be somewhere.
Yeah, Maury's right. It's called Midnight. You think it's
And
going to
she
be?
said
I
it
guess
was
Midnight could
all
be
written
up-tempo,
like
too.
during like the 13 days of sadness or something, right?
Oh,
remember?
Right.
When she said it was
right.
like
Yes.
during a time of her
Plus it's
life.
13 nights of waking up, not knowing all this stuff, right?
Yes.
I forgot
So this
about
is going to be
that.
an emotional album.
She announced that it's going to be produced by Jack Astonoff or whatever, who did all her other sad songs.
Right.
So this was going to be like, you're a mastermind, like almost angry.
How's it go? Say it again. Say it again. Say it
You're
again.
a mastermind manipulator, maddening me
that's
at
good.
midnight.
Keep going. Don't want to fight.
Manipulator. At midnight, making me angry, feeling like I can never love again.
Sounds up-tempo to me.
She would have
could never love again. You're a mastermind, I'm messing with my heart. Something like that.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm
Right?
feeling that,
Something
man.
like that.
I am feeling
Listen,
that.
I
am
know Taylor
feeling
Swift.
that.
She's leaving the Easter eggs for us to find.
Yeah, you just figured the whole thing out from that one little video.
You're welcome,
Nailed
everybody.
it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
See that guy on TikTok? How do you say his name? KB? Is it KB or Cabby? KB, I believe it is. He is.
Is that like the most
guy-
followed dude ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, the black guy that always makes fun of like other people's videos? That
Yeah,
guy?
he
Yeah, I
always
love
say-
him. I
he
love that
is
dude.
So funny because he takes us like people will overcomplicate simple life
Yes,
hacks,
yes.
and then he does like the simple way of doing it.
But he
like
never
these
talks.
No.
idiots, right? So he lives in he and his family are from Senegal, and they immigrated to Italy where he's been living. He actually just got his like citizenship
Really, huh?
out there.
Being the most
So-
followed person on TikTok,
so
I'm sure doesn't hurt.
Congratulations. 149.5 million fans on TikTok.
Jesus.
With 2.4 billion likes.
I saw that he gets like invited to like red carpet events now.
Dog, listen to this. So Fortune magazine did this interview with him, right? So he's on like this quest now. His big life goal is to become an actor. And he's a big fan of Will Smith and his dream is to star in a movie alongside Will Smith, right? And he's been learning how to speak English by watching American TV shows and stuff like that. He's also got like a coach as well that's gonna help him learn English. But he watches like episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? It's like his favorite show. But he earned, get this, damn it, Maury. This guy on TikTok earned $450,000 through a partnership he made with Hugo Boss.
Jesus.
Right? And part of this deal had him walking during the Milan Fashion Week.
That's the footage I saw. Yeah.
Oh, he's like a model?
Doing a show. Yeah. And then posting a bunch of stuff on social. And then Fortune.
That's a lot of money for a post. Oh,
Listen to
my
this, though,
God.
guys. Fortune magazine. So they got a hold of his contract. I guess he allowed them to look at the contract.
Yeah.
Because he signed a deal with a major. They didn't say specifically, but he signed a deal with a major Hollywood studio.
Yeah. The TikTok guy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
To
Go ahead.
make, it says here $750,000 for a single clip, which I assume is to post something on TikTok.
Yes.
$750,000.
Yeah.
And this guy now, the TikTok guy, is estimated to make this year alone in partnerships and deals $10 million.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
I need to up my game.
My God, that's a lot of money.
Right?
And so how do you make so because you can't monetize TikTok, correct? Like, am I wrong on that? So money that you make off TikTok is doing branded posts, right?
Correct.
Partnerships.
Yeah, it's
that's how
all
you
your
make
partnerships.
Okay, that's how you make money.
Yeah.
So it's not
of course, for somebody who's got 149.5 million fans on TikTok,
Yeah.
right? Like these brands that are partnering with him are
Right.
banking on the fact that all those people at some point are going to see his video are going to see that content.
Yes, that's incredible.
I'll be honest. Like, I follow a lot of people on TikTok because
Yeah.
I like their funny stuff that they do.
Yeah.
You know, and cool for this guy. I love this guy that Mocha's talking about. But as soon as you start seeing branded stuff, it
Yeah.
almost ruins it for me.
Does it really?
Because like, there's some
Even if
people
it's
I
from
follow-
somebody who you follow, like that you're a big fan of?
there's some that I follow. They're like super funny guys. Like there's a guy that just makes fun of his job and he sits in his car every day and he ends it with going, "There, I said it."
Is it you?
No, I married him once though. But this guy has like millions of followers and everybody.
Sounds like Maury.
Yeah, he does it, but he doesn't
Yeah,
post on TikTok.
exactly. Yeah.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I got to read some of these tweets to you.
Okay.
Only because I got a lot of great reaction.
Okay.
Somebody, an author named James Hanna, tweeted this out. Depluralize a film. I'll start.
Okay.
Jaw. And then his
Okay.
followers started responding.
Yeah.
Alien. Instead of aliens. But didn't
But
they
Alien,
make...
Alien was the first one.
Alien was the first one, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So they already depluralized it.
Right.
Home School of Rock.
Okay.
Instead of School of Rock.
Yes.
Dalmatian. Instead of 101.
Yeah.
This is my favorite. The Single Child of Traveling Pant Leg.
The Single Child of Traveling Pant Leg.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh my God. Oh, they took it off everything.
So depluralize a film.
This I'm gonna tell you right now, this is a way too heady thing for me, man.
Okay.
Like, I was with you when you said Jaw, right?
Okay.
You've lost me ever since Jaw.
I'll bring you back then
Okay.
with this.
Yeah.
Schindler's Item.
Okay, but like, sure, but a list can have one thing on. I guess no, it's not a list. Then it's just a thing. Schindler's Thing,
The Sole Musketeer.
right?
The Taking of Pelham 1
Right.
instead of 1, 2,
Pelham,
3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah,
The Mighty Duck.
yeah. I watched that movie. I'll tell you what.
Thug of New York.
What's that? Oh, Gangs
Gangs
of
of
New
New
York.
York?
Right. Yeah.
Jordan Peele's Me.
Come on.
A League of Her Own.
Yeah.
One Candle
Right.
instead of 16 candles. Kumar Goes to White Castle. And my personal favorite,
Yeah.
Tree Gump.
Tree God. Oh my God! For God's sake! You know what? I'm not like. I don't know. I don't know about that, man. That's like. Let's go back to the first one again. When the task was again what?
Depluralize a film.
And the first one was
Jaw.
Thank you. That's to me where it begins and ends.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Da, 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 da.
Ba, ba, da, da. We should have like a horn, like a bugle or something. What do you call it? Like a trumpet.
Oh,
to get into this part. I wonder if we could hook that up one time. Not today though. Hey Mocha, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
News break.
Adam Levine released a statement. So this after
God,
that
Adam
TikToker, Sumner Roar, whatever her name is, I can remember. She posted a video talking about how she had this years-long affair with Adam Levine, and then Adam Levine sent her a DM saying, "Hey, I'm having a baby. If it's a boy, I would love to name my baby Sumner after you." Sumner Stroh is her name. And then he did the like hands. What's this emoji called after that?
The shrug?
The shrug emoji, right? He said this in a quote, "A lot is being said about me right now, and I want to clear the air. I use poor judgment in speaking with anyone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner. I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line during a regrettable period in my life." And then somebody else came out to say that, "Hey, I also have a lot of DMs from Adam Levine on my phone where he's flirting with me." And in one of those DMs, apparently Adam wrote another woman saying, "I have 2 kids now. I'm over it. I want it. I want out. It sucks now."
Oh no.
No, Adam Levine said that?
Yeah, apparently to somebody. Yeah.
You know what? You're so stupid, Adam Levine. Like, you know
Yeah.
that any type, like who you are, right?
Yeah.
And you know anyone that you talk to
Yeah.
in the DMs, they're gonna screen grab all of that and hang on to it for a moment like this.
So
stupid idiot.
Yeah, so that's what's going on over in the Levine household today.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Maury, these Emily Ratajkowski clips, are they, do we need to bleep these at all? Does she swear?
Nope, she does not.
No, she does not. So Emily Ratajkowski, model who I believe, who cheated on her?
Her husband.
Her husband. And he, cheated with some, I don't even know who he cheated with, but he cheated on Emily Ratajkowski, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Emily Ratajkowski weighing in on the Adam Levine story. If you remember Adam Levine, there was an Instagram TikTok model named Sumner Stroh, who came out to say that Adam Levine and she had a 1-year-long affair while his wife was, Bahati Prinsley, was pregnant with their third child. And then he came out to say, hey, listen, was I appropriate? Did I cross a line? Yes. Was this an affair? No. And then 2 other women came forward with DMs from Adam Levine. And Adam Levine apparently in one of those messages told this other woman that I have 2 kids now. I'm over it. I want out. It sucks. So those are part of the DMs. But I guess Emily Ratajkowski coming to the defense of everybody who is going in on Sumner Stroh. Here's Emily
I don't
Ratajkowski.
understand why we continue to blame women for men's mistakes, especially when you're talking about 20-something-year-old women dealing with men in positions of power who are twice their age. The power dynamic is so skewed. It's ridiculous. It's predatory. It's manipulative. I can't imagine. I do not agree. Also, if you're the one in a relationship, you're the one who's obligated to be loyal. So the whole other woman, they're to blame, that's bad. And it's literally designed to keep women apart.
And clip number 2.
This is basically a part 2. But I think a huge problem in our culture right now is that we just say, oh, men are monsters, they're terrible, they're horrible. We don't hold them accountable, and then we blame other women. We ask women to adjust their behavior instead of just saying men need to change their behavior. It's sexism. It's classic misogyny.
I think that reasons people were going in on Sumner to begin with was that first video where she was like, I had no idea. I was new to Los Angeles. I didn't know who Adam Levine was.
You knew
right?
who Adam
I
Levine
think
was.
that's the sort of reason why people went in on her. But Emily Ratajkowski, what's weird with stuff like this when TikTok has changed everything. People are commenting on it. Back in even a few years ago, you would never get another celebrity commenting on a story like the Adam Levine story.
Mm-hmm.
It would just never happen.
Yeah.
But TikTok is just it's just changed. It's changed all of that, man. It's crazy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
A lot of people weighing in on this Adam Levine cheating scandal. So if you remember yesterday, an Instagram model by the name of Sumner Stroh released a bunch of stuff on TikTok talking about how she had been having a 1-year-long affair with Adam Levine while his wife, Bahati Prinsley, was pregnant with their third kid. And so much so that he had told her that I guess he wanted to name their new baby after her. Anyway, here's a little bit from Sumner.
Essentially, I was having an affair with a man who's married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, I was young, I was naive, and quite frankly, I feel exploited. I wasn't in the scene like I am now, so I was definitely very easily manipulated. Maroon 5 is practically elevator music at this point, so I'm sure you know who Adam Levine is. But Adam and I were seeing each other for about a year. After I stopped talking to him over, a period of months, this is how he came back into my life.
So
he said, okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious.
Okay, and then so Adam Levine sent out a statement saying a lot is being said about me right now, and I want to be clear. I use poor judgment in speaking with anyone other than my wife in any kind of flirtatious manner. I did not have an affair. Nevertheless, I crossed the line. But then another woman came out, and she showed her DMs from Adam Levine, one of which said, I have 2 kids now. I'm over it. I want out. It sucks. And then everybody started weighing in on this. So Chriselle Staus from, where's she from? Is that Selling Sunset?
Sunset,
Is that where she is? So she said, when apologizing for cheating publicly, I hate the "we will get through it together" part of a man. Exactly, Deepa. Don't speak for her. You've done enough. And then actress Sarah Foster sort of took a different side. She wrote, cheating is gross. This woman who chose to make a viral TikTok video, putting it out there for the world to see, for a pregnant woman to see, when she could have just messaged her privately, we don't feel sorry for you. You knew this man was married and you participated. And then so Emily Ratajkowski, supermodel, was replying to Sarah Foster, who sort of put some of the blame on Sumner, and Emily Ratajkowski had this to say.
I don't understand why we continue to blame women for men's mistakes, especially when you're talking about 20-something-year-old women dealing with men in positions of power who are twice their age. The power dynamic is so skewed, it's ridiculous. Like, it's predatory, it's manipulative, I can't imagine. I do not agree. Also, if you're the one in a relationship, you're the one who's obligated to be loyal. So the whole other woman, like, they're to blame, that's bad. And it's literally designed to keep women apart.
The interesting thing about all this is that this oftentimes happens to people who have like really great reputations for being like super nice people. But it's like Adam Levine.
Oh, he's got a terrible reputation.
Right?
His reputation is that he's
like,
trash.
Like deep, you're going to get a headache. Your eyes are rolling so far back in your head.
I just don't understand what he's saying. Like, I didn't have an affair. You were clearly emotionally, whatever. Let's say it wasn't physical. You were emotionally cheating on your wife for whatever that period was, a year. You've been messaging other women. And I hate that it's like, I don't think he would have said anything to his wife if Sumner didn't say anything. It didn't seem like he planned on even mentioning it. So I'm like, it's just so frustrating.
And then when you see the screen grabs from the other, like his conversations with other women, like telling one girl, he's like, yo, you got me hooked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to mess with me.
Yeah.
Come
I know,
on,
bro.
trash bags, bro.
And he came out fast with a statement. Like, I was like,
he
same
had
day.
to. He
Same
had to.
day. Right?
Trifling ass.
I'm sure you're right. It was in his notes.
Yeah.
It was already there. It was already set to go.
Man. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Queen's funeral on Monday is expected to be the most watched live television event in the history of television. They are expecting 4.1 billion people, over half the world's population, to tune in. I was shocked when I found out what the second most watched television event was in history.
Can I guess?
Yeah. You will never get it.
Is it Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding?
Nope.
Is it Princess Diana's funeral?
Nope.
Oh, is it like sports related?
Yes. Is
it like a football game or something?
No. What is
Like
it?
a
Harry?
halftime show?
No, not a halftime show. No, because that's
soccer.
all. That's all American.
Okay,
right?
it's got to be a soccer match.
No, so
Like a World Cup.
So the last event to get in like that kinds of billions. So first of all, so the Sydney Olympics, the Sydney New Year's Eve fireworks in 2010 was huge. Of course, the wedding between Prince Charles and Lady Diana was huge. The Live 8 concert in 2005 was huge. But in 1996, 3.5 billion people watched Muhammad Ali light the cauldron at the Atlanta Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Because you have to think global. Who is global, right? Like the way you get those kinds of eyes on a television event is the person on television has to be a global icon. The Queen is a global icon. Muhammad Ali was a global icon.
You know, I never saw that.
Yeah. You didn't, huh?
I didn't.
Was third place Betty White hosting SNL?
That was not. No. Okay. No, it's crazy though. Those kinds of eyes.
I missed that.
You didn't
that
watch
moment.
No,
I
you
missed
didn't.
that
It was
moment.
beautiful because he had the Parkinson's and it was just such a beautiful moment watching Ali light the cauldron at the 96 Olympics. It was like beautiful. Dammit Maury caught up with royal commentator Victoria Arbiter to talk about the long lines that they're actually turning people away and shutting down the line to see the Queen lying in state.
People have been waiting upwards of 6 to 7 hours in line to have a moment to pay their respects to the Queen as she lie in state. Was it at all shocking that thousands were willing to wait that long and everyone was okay with it?
No, not at all shocking. It's a bit of a cliche that Britons are very professional when it comes to queuing. We tend to queue a lot and we always form an orderly queue. But actually, just in the last 5 minutes, we've learned that the queue is now extending up to 11 hours. And so officials have actually closed the queue for a 6-hour period in order to allow a little breathing room and so as not to disappoint people that are travelling down to London. I think people are really feeling the pull of Westminster Hall. This is an opportunity for them to pay their respects to the Queen, to say a personal farewell, and the atmosphere from everything we've been told in there is incredibly peaceful and reverential, and it's a moment in history that people want to witness.
Yo, my mom took the day off of work on Monday.
So beautiful
to watch.
Did you see that guy pass out? One of the Queen's guards.
Yeah.
So,
No.
oh my God!
What
So
happened?
the casket is on like this platform, like a 2-stair platform, and it's surrounded by like the Queen's guards. And there was one guy just like in a suit, like one of the dudes, and he just face planted off the second stair and like hit the floor.
Oh my God!
Well, they're standing there for hours. And
Yeah,
hours.
for hours.
So how many hours do you think he was staying there?
I don't know. It was like the
was it
first,
emotion? You think, or exhaustion, or
yeah,
just
geez, it was probably a real long day for those guys.
Plus, the hats are heavy.
Yeah, no, he wasn't one of the guys in the hats, though. He was
not
just
a hat?
no, he was just a regular guy.
Did the other guards like rush over
yeah,
them?
yeah, people,
or
but
was this
he
like one of those
hit
situations where
hard.
they
like no,
you
he
have
hit-
to stay?
Well, I mean, no, the guards that were standing guard, right? That's their job. They didn't rush over. It was other people who rushed over. Like the guards that are standing guard, they didn't move.
They stand
They
guard.
stayed. It was really wild. But here is more from Victoria Arbiter on the procession and where exactly, because I know a lot of people want to know, will Meghan be when Harry is walking behind the hearse?
Do we know if Meghan Markle will be walking with Harry behind the coffin?
It is unlikely that we will see the royal wives in the procession, simply because that is something that the male members of the family do, along with Princess Anne. Princess Anne has never differentiated herself from her brothers. She is the Queen's only daughter, and we will see her walking in the procession. The royal wives, so Kate, the Princess of Wales, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, the Queen Consort, they are likely to follow in car.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The funeral for Queen Elizabeth is happening right now. Earlier, we saw everybody sort of walk in with the casket and the flowers, and Harry, Meghan, and Kate, and William, everybody else. This is the opening statement from, who was this that said this? More, do you know?
Yeah, I figured it out. It's David Hoyle, who is the Dean of Westminster Abbey.
Thank you very much.
Here, where Queen Elizabeth was married and crowned, we gather from across the nation, from the Commonwealth, and from the nations of the world, to mourn our loss, to remember her long life of selfless service, and ensure confidence, to commit her to the mercy of God, our Maker and Redeemer. With gratitude, we remember her unswerving commitment to a high calling over so many years as Queen and head of the Commonwealth. With admiration, we recall her lifelong sense of duty and dedication to her people.
It's interesting, that building, like Westminster. We don't have anything, like everything takes place there, right? Like that's where the big weddings, the big funerals, the coronations.
All the big spectacles.
Like we don't, like you look at this city, it's like, what's that building in this, like Eaton Center? Like what's our, what's our landmark sort of, you know what I mean? Like we don't have that because it's a new, like we're new compared to London, right? Like we're new.
What's that big mall in Edmonton?
No, West Edmonton Mall? No.
They got a roller coaster in there.
No. Come on now. Maybe like in 84, but not now. Like we don't have that, like that.
I guess
sort
if we
of,
had to, we would do it at like the U of T or something.
A U of T?
No.
Because they have big old castle-y type buildings.
Yeah.
What about in Old Montreal?
Oh, maybe Old Montreal. Yeah.
Right? Like Notre Dame.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Something like that.
Or in Ottawa, you could just do it at the Mint.
At the Mint. Yeah.
Nah, that's boring.
Yeah.
Well, that's where all the money is.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Maury goes there.
Can't touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, Casa Loma.
Castle. You think so?
Yeah.
But that's privately owned.
Yeah. You're right. But maybe Casa Loma. Yeah, I like Casa Loma a lot. People were waiting over the weekend for hours and hours and hours to sort of pay their respects to the Queen. David Beckham was offered the chance to skip the line, and David Beckham refused to skip the line because his dad would not have approved, and so David Beckham waited 13 hours in line, like everyone, like
with
everyone
his
else.
family and stuff?
Just, I think he was alone.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So here's David Beckham.
I grew up in a family that were all royalists, and today I think back to my grandparents because if my grandparents were alive, they would have been here. So it's nice to be here to celebrate with everybody, you know, the life of Her Majesty and the legacy that she's left. Lucky as a nation to have someone that has led us the way Her Majesty has led us, with kindness, with caring, and always reassurance. Her Majesty was someone special and will be missed not just by everyone in our country, but everyone around the world.
Yeah.
Do you know who else waited in line almost as long as Tilda Swinton?
Did she really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, her family, I was reading this, Tilda Swinton's family, and I'm trying to look this up for me, Shem. Her family is like the Swinton family name is like the longest lineage that you can trace back in Europe. I think that's her family.
Really?
She has like this crazy family lineage where you can trace like that family tree directly, like longer than any family. I'm trying to remember,
hold on, like more clout than the Queen's family?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to remember what the story behind her family name is, but I was reading it the other day, and it's absolutely fascinating that she was. Look that up for me, and we'll come back to that.
Yep.
Did you find it, Shem?
Yep.
What is it?
So Tilda Swinton, let's see here. Her bloodline, her parents, Sir John Swinton of Kimmergheim, Berwickshire, and Judith Lady Swinton, who was born in Australia to the Scottish king who died in 1329. Her parents share a common descendant of Robert II, Bruce's grandson. So back to like the 1300s.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like she's like directly, right? Like it's
So,
crazy.
she should be sitting on that throne.
No, it's not. It doesn't work that way.
Not like that?
No.
Like my family's been in it.
No, it's like Game of Thrones. There was plenty of royals, right?
Sure.
But, not everybody gets to sit.
Then her family's got to fight the king or something?
Yeah, and she stood there and waited too, even after
Wow.
having that lineage. She stood there and waited as well. Buckingham Palace had to release a statement talking about the snub of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, because if you remember, during the funeral yesterday, they were seated second row, and everybody else is front row. So they say this: the order was approximately age order, but trying not to split up families. So Harry and Meghan were seated on the second row. The palace suggested that apart from Prince William, who is 40, and next in line for the throne, other grandchildren of the Queen had been seated in order of age, with Peter, who's 44, Zara, who's 41, being in the front row, ahead of the second row occupants, Harry, who's 38, Beatrice, and Eugenie, who's 32. So they say that it was all done by
Age bracket?
age.
Yeah, right.
Right.
More like snub.
Right. And speaking of snubs, I don't know if you saw, Donald. So Joe Biden was in, I think, like the 14th row.
Yeah.
Right. And Donald Trump, who wasn't invited to the funeral.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Okay. So Donald Trump, who wasn't invited,
Of course he had something to say.
invited to the funeral.
Yeah.
So Biden was in the 14th row at Westminster Abbey, and he went on his social media platform, Truth Social, whatever the hell the thing's called. And he said, this is what's happened to America in just 2 short years. No respect. However, a good time for our president to get to know the leaders of certain third world countries. If I were president, they wouldn't have sat me back there, and our country would be much different than it is right now. So goofing on by, oh my God. You weren't invited.
I know. But any chance he gets,
you weren't invited.
Even still, any chance he gets, like throw shade.
Like everybody else was there.
Forget about. Listen,
right?
Can I just say?
Yeah,
that was a pretty sick burn, though.
I know. It was a sick burn.
Right?
But again, Dingbat, you weren't invited.
I know.
If I
But
was invited.
If I was invited. Read the line about getting to know the other leaders?
Because he's back in the 14th row, right?
Yeah.
So he said, this is what's happened to America in just 2 short years. No respect. However, a good time for our president to get to know the leaders of certain third world countries. Right? You weren't invited.
I know.
Okay.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's looking like Kanye. So Kanye was on Market Call on CNBC yesterday talking about how he wants out of his 10-year Gap deal that he only signed in 2020. So, and his Gap line has reportedly made $1 billion in sales in its first year. That according to Forbes. And in 2021, Bloomberg estimated that about $970 million of Kanye's fortune was attributed to that Gap deal.
Did they release any of that stuff at Gap Canada?
I don't know if they...
I didn't see anything.
No, I don't know. But here's a little bit of Kanye talking about why he wants out of the deal.
I think that Gap can ever sort of regain its cool again and be a big player?
They only have one opportunity to be able to be a big player. What do you think it is?
I feel like you're not happy with them today, so you're not going to be too optimistic.
No, I'm saying they have one individual on the planet that could save the Gap. And
Who
that
is it?
individual, I'm asking you, who do you think it is? Sometimes the answer is sitting right in front of you.
Oh
God.
Well, there was a lot of potential in this deal, but it sounds like you're terminating.
Well, don't bring a leader in and have them not lead. Why would I argue with people who are getting paid by the Gap? I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with people that are broker than me about money.
Understood. Yeah,
Wow.
we thank you for
Come
the
on
time
now.
today and for joining us on the show.
Jesus, Kanye.
All right,
Appreciate
the glasses
it.
are pink down soon.
Like,
there we
come
go.
on, that line
No,
right-
I'm not going to argue with people that are broker than me about money.
Fair enough. But anyway, Kanye's lawyers sent a letter to the Gap
Hold on,
indicating.
Can I play one more
Yeah, sure.
memorable quote from
Yeah.
Kanye's interview with CNBC yesterday?
And everyone knows that, I'm the leader, I'm the king, right? So a king can't live in someone else's castle. A king has to make his own castle.
I'm the king. Kanye maintains that the Gap breached the agreement by not selling Yeezy Gap branded products in its brick and mortar stores locations and failing to open dedicated stores for Kanye's brand. So that is the reason he's wanting out of that deal.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Adnan Syed was released from prison in Baltimore yesterday after serving 23 years for the 1999 murder of his classmate and former girlfriend, May Min Lee. Now, why this is a huge story was his case was the one that gained such notoriety in 2014 when the podcast Serial investigated the story behind the charges. Which inspired like subsequent investigations and documentaries, and prosecutors now have up to 30 days to decide if they're going to bring new charges against him. So he can be charged again, but right now he's out. He's under house arrest. He has like an ankle bracelet on, everything else, but he's out of prison after 23 years. This after Serial sort of brought that case into light. I know that you're a huge fan of that show and listened to those episodes,
So
right?
I listened to the entire podcast. And the evidence that originally, because I think this was from like 99,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
this happened.
yeah.
And the evidence presented didn't line up. And it was a shock that he was sent away to prison, which is part of the reason why this podcast was put together.
Yeah.
And the investigative reporters on Serial did their own independent investigation with all the information that they had, including interviews with Adnan Syed and other people that were involved, and they came to the conclusion based on their own investigation that he did not do it. And I think they tried to present the info and it wasn't
here's the thing is nobody's saying that he didn't do it right now. What they're saying is that the prosecutors didn't disclose all the information and facts about the case they had to his defense. So
And-
that's why he's out.
And the podcast tried to question that
Yes.
with people who were involved in the original case and weren't getting any answers.
So I know you're a huge fan. Serial will publish a new episode of this story today.
Yes.
On their feed. So
it's
there you
such a
go.
good
If you're a big fan of that.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so Kristen Chenoweth, if you remember, Kristen Chenoweth was on Celebrity Family Feud, and they had to bleep her because she said something so terrible. So here is that clip from Kristen Chenoweth on Celebrity Family Feud, and then we'll tell you exactly what she said.
Ladies, we've got the top 6 answers on the board. We asked 100 women, after the lips, what's your favorite part of a man to kiss? Kristen.
Rhymes with
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Right out the gate.
I'm sorry. I'm a good Christian girl. Forgive me.
It rhymes with it.
So then what happened is originally somebody had said that what Kristen had said that they bleeped was rhymes with Venus, right? And everybody was like, oh, wow. But what she actually said was rhymes with heinous. And then you're like, oh, okay now.
Yeah.
So Kristen Chenoweth on the Jennifer Hudson show going over all of the fallout from Celebrity Family Feud.
You did something else that I love, which is Family Feud. You was recently on Family Feud. How was that? Because I need to know, because I'm trying to get there. Don't act like y'all don't love some Family Feud now. Okay.
Well, as some of your audience may know, my dad and mom feel like they can't go to church anymore because one of my answers was, and Steve had just
What'd you say?
Jennifer, I don't know what's wrong with me when I get nervous. First of all, I'm not a gamer. I don't like games. I'd rather play Carnegie Hall or have a pap smear. Anything but games. Okay? Anything but games. But I wanted to do it for it was charity, and I could do it for my camp. So here's the short story that I'm supposed to wrap up. Okay. Steve Harvey had just told the crowd this is one of the nicest girls, sweet, talented person in Hollywood. And good Christian. And I said, oh, thank you, Steve. Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. And the question is this. For a woman, besides the lips, where does she like to kiss a man?
Girl, where?
I said.
What'd you say?
Rhymes with heinous.
Kristen Chenoweth, and what?
That is so funny.
Why couldn't I have said cheek, arm, forehead? I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that I said that. I will never do that again, and I will never be on Family Feud again. They have showed it 4 times. I was at the mall the other day, and a lady came up to me and said, you said rhymes with penis?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I have a few details about the book signing next week because I know poor Shem has been bearing the brunt of all this, people messaging him and having tons of questions and stuff like this. So some of the questions, okay, so as far as I know, there is no sort of because somebody had asked how long can you start to line up? You can line up as long as you want to. If you're willing to line up, you can line up. So nobody's going to tell you to leave.
By the way, Indigo, Bay and Bloor, 7 p.m. on the 28th.
Correct. 1 week from tonight, I think it is,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's 1 week from tonight. Will they have books there to buy if you don't get yours in time? Yes, Indigo will have tons of books there to buy. You can bring your own if it was already delivered to you. That's no problem at all. DJ Climax, I believe, is going to start spinning at 6.
Do we need earplugs because it's going to be so loud?
No,
it's been dubbed.
bro.
It's been dubbed Wild Night at the Bookstore.
No, you're killing me with this.
So has Indigo said anything to you?
No, they haven't, but I'm worried because they haven't.
Okay.
But no, they're cool. They're cool.
Okay.
They're cool.
I have a question about that
Yes.
because it is Wild Night at the Bookstore, right?
Yes.
DJ Climax is spinning. When have you ever
Right.
heard a DJ spinning inside of a bookstore during a signing for an author, right?
Right, yes.
Glow sticks? Are
you
we allowed
can
to bring glow sticks?
whatever you would like.
Yeah?
You can bring whatever you'd like, okay?
Sparklers? Probably not.
No, I don't think sparklers are allowed. Fire and health and safety and all that other
Right.
stuff would have to
But
get
glow
approval on
sticks
that.
are?
Glow sticks? Yeah,
Okay,
sure, go
glow
for it. I don't
sticks,
care
cool.
about glow sticks.
Are we still good with the rally towels?
Damn
Shit?
right.
We are?
Yeah?
Okay. How many
Right.
rally towels are you bringing for people? A lot?
I don't know
Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
We'll get
I
there.
don't know how many people are even going to show up, right? Like,
Is it
I
gonna look like a
honestly,
Jays game?
I don't know how many. I've never been to a book signing. I don't know how many people show up to a book signing, right? Like, it could be like a totally modest amount. Like, I have no idea. Right?
Have you not seen like the hype surrounding
okay.
your
I know.
your book?
Listen, okay.
Especially when it's
Bro.
been dubbed by you Wild Night at the Bookstore?
Okay, that's not the case.
What if like 10 people show up?
Oh God,
No.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that as well. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a lot. Like,
okay.
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 It's gonna be a lot.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot.
Okay. So Climax is going to do his thing at 6. There's going to be an onstage portion where you will get to hear me do a quick interview with Sangeeta Patel from ET Canada. Then after that, I believe I'm going to be going down and doing the signing for people. You can do like a selfie behind, but I won't be able to stand up and do individual pictures. So all that is fine. And then the big thing a lot of people had was, will there be a cutoff, right? As far as I know, there won't be a cutoff. And even if the store closes, trust me, we will figure it out. I can just tell you that I will not leave the premises or the sidewalk or the food court or wherever they have to stick us until everybody's book is signed.
Great.
Okay,
Love
so
it.
that's
What if
my
it's comparable to the Queen's queue in 24 hours.
Well, then listen, then you're lining up, right, to see me the same way you line up to see the Queen. Not saying, you know what I mean? Right?
No, I hear you.
Not calling myself
okay.
a queen, Maury.
No, I was comparing age.
Yeah.
Somebody
you.
wants to know, are we pre-drinking before the release?
Like me, am I? My problem is this, you know me and having to go pee, right? Like my problem is that I really wanted to get a little bit buzzed, right? Like just have a couple of drinks.
There's the bar right next door.
I
in
know,
Italy.
but I'm going to have to go pee. I cannot have a lineup full of people in front of me and then excuse myself to go pee. I will get murdered.
Right.
With people just taking pictures like selfies of an empty desk
Right.
with me not there
Oh yeah,
on a pee break.
Oh, and then you get killed on
No,
social. For
I
it,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this big shot.
I know. I
Didn't
might
want to take a picture with me.
I might have to bring Daddy's little helper with me.
Oh no!
Oh, no, not in public. No. Okay, I do have
Yes.
one because we got to go. But
Yes.
one quick serious question.
Yes.
A lot of book signings,
Yes.
authors will then stand and read like a passage from the book.
I
Like
don't think I'm
page or a couple of
going to
pages.
do a reading. We're doing the interview instead.
Okay.
Instead of the reading.
Audience questions?
Yeah. More. Why don't you ask people if they have any questions?
Oh,
and then
no,
you
I
can...
want to stand up and ask
Oh,
questions.
okay.
Well, listen, it is going to be a wild night at the bookstore.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Oh my God! So a leading expert in the Russian prison system.
Oh God.
Okay, says that the Kremlin's latest recruitment tactic in the war on Ukraine is like something out of like a worst nightmares scenario. So the head of Vladimir Putin's shadowy like private army called the Wagner Group, although they deny that they have private contractors doing this stuff, but they do. So they've been taking trips to Russian prison camps in order to enlist convicted criminals to fight in Ukraine. And according to reports from military analysts and videos, that people who are convicts are already in Ukraine fighting. They say the recruitment campaign is targeted at some of Russia's worst criminals. They say, quote, Putin's plan is to recruit at least 50,000 convicts. They've already sent more than 3,000 inmates to Ukraine, including serial murderers, robbers, and at least one cannibal.
Oh my God. At least one.
At least
So
one.
there could be more.
At least one cannibal. Now, here's the thing is that these are like prisoners and not soldiers. So far, out of the first 42 convicts recruited in that first group, only 3 survived. And out of the second group of the 66 convicts they sent over, only 6 returned home. One without a leg, I believe. So,
Oh, no.
Right? Yeah.
Anyone asked the cannibal?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Was he part of that squad? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, man. So because nobody wants to fight, right? Nobody wants to fight. So they're like, well, what do we do now? We'll go to the prisons.
Yeah.
Right, bro.
That's
It's
next level.
It's not, and family members have been like watching the news and stuff like this in Russia, and they're like, ugh, like people who have like testified in court and stuff like this, where they're like, oh my God, I helped put that guy away.
Yeah.
And now
I hope he don't come back.
And now he's not in the jail anymore, right? And we all watch Stranger Things. Like we know what those Russian prisons look like.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Brutal. Full of demigorgons.
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
SNL is back. As we know, Meg Thee the Stallion is going to be on week 3. So they're going to come out of the gate
sick.
October 1st, October 8th, and October 15th with 3 live shows in a row. Miles Teller is going to be leading it all off from Top Gun Maverick.
Love it.
His musical guest is going to be, who is it? Kendrick?
Yep.
Is that who it is?
Kendrick Lamar.
And then you got Brendan Gleeson, who you know from... He just played a hard ass in something that I just watched recently.
Brendan Gleeson?
Yeah, you'll know him to see him. He's always like a heavy. He's got like an accent and
Oh, this guy.
yeah, you know him. He's always like he's always the hard ass in every movie he's ever in.
Oh my God! You know who he looks like?
Who's that?
He looks like Thomas Markle.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
he's in Paddington too.
Yeah. Okay. So Paddington 2. Okay.
Why didn't you just say the guy from Paddington?
Because
2?
I didn't see Paddington 2. What is he in, Shem? He always plays a hard ass and stuff, right? He's always got that. He sort of reminds me of like all those old kind of school, older dudes that look like they could, like.
Oh, he's in the Harry Potter movies.
Like he'd punch in the elbow and like you'd
He was in
feel
State
it
of
for
the
a
Union
week.
TV series.
Yeah. Anyway, he's done a lot. But
Like Paddington too.
His musical guest is going to be Willow. I guess
he was in Riverdance.
I guess Willow Smith. Oh, for God's sake! I'm trying to pump the guy up as being a hard ass, and you're coming at me with Riverdance and Paddington.
Nah, Paddington
Okay,
2.
Shut up.
Get it for part 1.
Anyway, his musical guest is going to be Willow Smith.
Yeah.
Who's releasing her upcoming album on the 23rd called Coping Mechanism. And then they're going to round out on October 15th with Meg the Stallion, who is going to be hosting and musical guesting.
Oh, yeah, hosting.
Yes, she's going to
Okay.
be doing double duties. So that's the lineup for SNL.
Okay.
Oh, he was also in The Tragedy of Macbeth.
Okay. I thought this guy had done a ton, man.
No, he played Donald Trump in the Comey Rule.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He played Donald Trump.
Oh, Paddington 2 didn't help you?
No, it didn't. No, I didn't see Paddington 2, man. But isn't Paddington 2 like one of the most like highly reviewed movies of all time? Isn't that like its claim to fame? Like Paddington 2 is like the best reviewed movie
I think
ever.
you did that story.
I think so, yeah, because Queen Elizabeth was in Paddington 2. Remember?
right.
She did that scene with them.
Oh, yeah?
And everybody was like, is that the actual
That's
Queen
the
of that lady?
the sandwiches in the purse scene.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I know. What's that? What's that, Shem?
The 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Paddington
yeah.
2.
Hey, who's that jackass that took down that 1%, though? Come on. Roll with it, man.
Yo, big up
Like,
Paddington 2. Better put respect on that movie.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Will Smith is looking like he's got a sort of major comeback project that he's eyeing.
Are they any of the projects that were canceled?
I don't know.
Postponed,
This
you
one
think?
is this is a movie called Brilliance with Paramount. He hasn't fully committed to it yet, but he's in, I guess, this has been a passion project of his, which he's going to reteam with his longtime collaborator, Akiva Goldsman, who they did iRobot, I Am Legend, and Hancock together. I loved Hancock. Did
Hancock
you-
was amazing.
Right?
Love that movie.
I can't believe they didn't franchise Hancock.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
They
that to
could've.
me, that movie, like
That
if
was a
any
no-brainer.
of those Will Smith movies was a no-brainer to franchise. I don't know
Yeah.
why they didn't build that out.
Yeah. That was really, really good.
And because it's rare to see something that is kind of like an independent story of sort of superhero that doesn't exist in any of the
Sure.
other worlds, because he did that in 2008, and like Marvel wasn't even really Marvel then.
No.
Right? Like at all. You had a couple of the Batman movies, like the Nolan movies
But
were
it
good.
wasn't what the MCU is right now, or even
no.
DC.
No, not
stuff,
at all.
right?
So, Brilliance is described as centering around the 1% of the human population that since 1980 have been born with extraordinary abilities. Does that not sound a whole lot like the Robbie Amell movie?
Code 8.
Code 8.
Yeah.
Right?
Also, X-Men?
Also X-Men. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I like Will Smith a lot, but I still think he needs to lay low a little bit.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think it's time for him to, you don't think
Nah,
so,
man.
huh?
I think he'll still catch heat.
Yeah, I
Right?
think that apology that he released was a mistake. I think
Yeah,
that
big time.
was. I think that was a huge mistake. But I don't know. I mean, I guess it
Just
just
a
all
little bit longer.
I guess you're going to have to find out the hard way, which is he's going to have to release a movie, and then you're going to have to just see if people go and see it.
I guess.
Right? Like I think that's the only way to do it. I don't think
Yeah.
that there's another way to introduce Will. What I think he should do is I think that he should
Continue Bad Boys 4?
No, his next whatever he does next should be Netflix. because that way people won't have to actually go and spend money. They can quietly tell people that they, don't want to go into a Will Smith movie.
Did he finish filming Bright 2?
I don't know. That movie was ass.
I didn't even watch it because I heard it was ass.
Yeah, that
but
movie
I know
was
that it got green. Like they
ass.
I think they either finished or they were in the middle of production of part 2 when all the stuff went down.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5
KISS925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.